And here we go with Michigan Postgame Live on a much better postgame than last week with a 63-3 absolute curb stomp of the Central Michigan Chippewas. TJ, this is exactly what we have been hoping for all along. And we finally got a complete game. We finally got offense, defense, humming, some special teams mishaps. We'll get to all of that, but the bottom line is pretty much from start to finish domination. Before we get started, I do want to just remind everybody to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button. We only have, we're getting closer to that Buckeye channel, right? So let's keep hitting the subscribe button and all of that good stuff. Hit the super chats to let us know what we're doing, because we're going to go $150 per hour. So hit those super chats and let us know what you think about the game, and we'll put them right on air here.
We got to update the ticker.
What do you think?
Well, we got to update the ticker, John. But
yeah.
All right, my thoughts are: this is now. Listen, I know it's Central Michigan. We are well aware this is Central Michigan. That said, this is the offense we envisioned. This is the Bryce Underwood we envisioned. Even in this game, you saw some youthful moments in Bryce, the way he aired the ball, all that. But bro, we saw Bryce Underwood become a dual threat quarterback today. We saw Bryce Underwood look more comfortable and natural, right? We saw an offense that looked more in rhythm and natural and flowing and not handcuffed. We'll talk about that, potentially handcuffed. We saw a defense that played well. I do have one concern, but let's not get to the concern just yet. But John, I think overall, I think the coaching staff with Biff and Chip and Wink, everyone doing their role and nobody over managing, no one overstepping, and literally just allowing your leaders to do their job. I thought Michigan did a great job today. I have only two concerns right now. I have only two concerns, which I'll let you go, John, after. But
sure.
My only two concerns. Zavada. I don't know what's going on. I'm not concerned about Zavada, but I don't know what's going on with Zavada. You know what I mean? Like, I think Zavada's great. Obviously, we know this. We love Zavada.
Yeah, we love
2 missed
Zavada.
field goals with only 3 games in the year. Very interesting. You know, I don't know. We got to get him going. He's a great kicker. The other concern for me, John, is the lack of pass rush without Barham. Barham, without question, is a consistent threat.
Very consistent.
Where's everybody else?
Yeah, Derek Moore had an issue wrapping up,
but we don't got to hang on that. We can focus on the positives. So much to talk about.
But positive.
John, I'll let you follow. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Well, real quick, before I give my thoughts, we do want to thank the Win Agency for everything that they do. At Win Agency, we try to make things as simple as possible. We now have 2 self-service options available on our website. Check out the links in the chat or the description to run your own health insurance and life insurance quotes. This service is available 24/7, 365. 2026 plan prices will be available in November. And I do think that Central Michigan may need to hit up Win Agency after what we saw today. This was a complete, in my opinion, this is what I have been hoping and wishing for all along, right? And I think you saw pieces of it in New Mexico. But let's just hit on the fact that this team produced more than 616 yards of offense. That is incredible. That's what we want to see against an opponent like Central Michigan. Not a 30-point victory or 25-point victory or a tight victory. We want to see absolute dominance in a game like this, and we saw it. We won the turnover battle. We won the first down battle. We won the third down battle. We won the time of possession. Every single stat that I can see, with the exception of penalties. Interestingly enough, Michigan had more penalties than CMU, which makes the victory at this level even more impressive. That CMU won the penalty battle. But really, really impressive stuff from this team. I was impressed by Chip Lindsey's play calling. And I have been in a debate. There you go. Cheers it up. I've been in a debate with multiple members of the Michigan media today about how involved or not involved Sharon Moore was in the play calling last week, how involved or not involved Sharon Moore was this week. The bottom line is, last week the offense was handcuffed. Whether it was Sharon's decision, Chip's decision, a combined committee decision, the bottom line is this week we saw a very different offense in terms of the concepts that were used. There was, again, some play action. There was, again, some of that. But what we also saw was quarterback runs, both design quarterback runs and also the option for Bryce to take it and run, which he did do. So I don't know if the communication was, hey, Bryce, it's okay to run now. But he clearly has been told it's okay to run now, because he did it, and he had more than 100 yards on the ground with his legs to show that he had that ability, right? Haynes had a good game again, more than 100 yards on the ground, but we finally got to see the receivers start to blossom. Even Samaj Morgan had a career game with more than 69 yards, nice, and a touchdown. Right. So he did very well. I saw some good stuff from Channing Goodwin. I even saw some good stuff from friend of the program, Andrew Marsh. So from an offensive perspective, and we can hit, I definitely want to dive more into this offense because it's fascinating to me, the difference. But somebody who impressed me, TJ, on offense was Jake Garnera. Jake Garnera at right guard, I thought played really well. I thought that he held up well. He was creating those separation opportunities for the running backs. He held up well. I mean, was it perfect? No, but I actually really liked what he brought to the offensive line. And sometimes that's what happens. You find out who you have when other people, unfortunately, are taken out of the equation. Then you bring in talent. And I actually really liked what Garnera brought to the table. What did you kind of think about? O-line was something that we continued to harp on all the time, that we were really concerned with the O-line play. What did you see from that today, and just in general the offensive performance that Chip Lindsey executed?
Well, I mean, just let's hit on the offensive performance by Chip Lindsey, because that's really one of the more impressive things to me. I mean, I think, and I know there's some people who are like, well, was Chip Lindsey handcuffed in week 2 or week 1? I'll say I think there was influence from Sharon in week 1 and week 2. I think it's clear that there was some influence. There seemed to be a more reserved approach. It looked like today the boys just let it fly. The very first play of the game, Bryce takes a deep shot. I mean, Chip and Biff and them, they were like, fuck it, let's go for it. You know what I mean? And then, like, not only that, you could see the constant theme. Even at halftime, Biff Poggi says, Bryce Underwood, what do you say? He goes, fuck, what do you say? I mean,
Superman?
No, but it was Batman. That was the end
or
of
Batman,
the game.
that's what it was.
Batman, which,
Batman.
by the way, could be his nickname. It could be his nickname. I'm just saying. I was thinking to myself, hey, should we start calling this dude Batman? But yeah, I think we might have to start that, John. Even though we weren't the first to say it, I think we got to kind of just run with that. No, shit, where is it? I don't know. Fuck. Essentially, he said just play like free will, pretty much. I know I'm misquoting the shit out of it right now, but long story short, it appeared that Chip Lindsey and Biff were totally, all for letting Bryce play his game within the offense. And I think what was interesting too is you saw Bryce play within it, right? He didn't force any runs. There were a couple designed runs throughout the game, but a lot of it was just through improvising, right?
Yeah, all of his receivers were covered, so he saw a lane and went for it.
So I mean, and now regarding the offensive line, look, they did their job today, right? And now this is where I will agree. Where we got rooted rotor here or whatever. I agree. It's Central Michigan, so to be determined. They did good today. Fair point that it's not the greatest talent. We know that. But they did their job. They kept Bryce clean. They allowed Bryce to do what he needed to do. I had no complaints. The running game looked good. There was open lanes. I mean, I think it's quite clear, guys, that Justice Haynes is RB1. I think it's quite clear. I think that debate is dead. I do think Jordan Marshall has a role. I think Jordan Marshall looks solid. I will say, though, I'm going to say some blasphemous shit right now.
Oh, boy.
I think Jasper Parker looks quicker than Jordan Marshall, and I'm concerned about the Jordan Marshall situation next year when Savion Hyder comes to town. You know what I mean? Because you got Jasper Parker, but we don't got to go down that road. We can talk about that in the offseason. I'm just saying Jasper Parker looked really quick, really fast, and he actually looks like a guy. But we'll see. We'll see. Jordan Marshall will have a role. I think he'll find his game. We'll figure it out. I just think with Haynes is definitely the RB1. Wide receivers, I think Samaj Morgan looks faster this year. I mean, I know there's been some debate on that. But I think Samaj looks faster. It's nice to see Hogan Hansen back. I mean, it looks like we have some weapons. Like, are these elite of elite weapons? No. But, I mean, between McCauley, Samaj Morgan, Hansen, and Marlon Klein, and then you got Haynes in the backfield, we have weapons, right? There's weapons. So, to an extent, right? I mean, are we talking, like, do we got some, like, military grade AR? No, we don't. But we got, but hey, they could do, although I guess let's keep it moving. We don't got to talk about weapons. But point being is, considering all things considered.
Too soon.
But too soon. But anyways, I mean the offense looks Nebraska's gonna be the next test. It's gonna be on the road. It's going to be against a team that I know Garrison would say at least has a pulse. We'll see, man. I mean, I think I'm excited about that. Defensively, I think there's a lot of bright spots defensively. I think
real quick before we get to defense, one more thing. I do want to just give a disclaimer. We understand that this was Central Michigan. I'm already getting cooked or attempted cooking in the X by talking about some of the that I'm happy about some of the schemes that were called and some of the decisions that were made. I understand that Oklahoma probably has a top 5 line on both sides in the country. I also understand that the offensive concepts themselves were limited last week, right? Bryce was clearly told not to run because it was a completely different situation this week with his perceived freedom to run. He clearly felt like he could, right? The option was different this week. Some of the deep crosser, the kind of some of the deep concepts that we saw, we didn't see those last week. Except a little bit here and there. So that's beyond just the fact that
John,
Oklahoma has a much better line.
What are they arguing with you about?
Basically, it's Central Michigan.
It is fucking Central Michigan, but it's who we played today. What do you want us to fucking do? Why we played Central boys? Nothing to see here. No, the reality is you know how many teams played against teams on the level of Central Michigan did not perform like we did today? Today's a great sign and a necessary game for a young player like Bryce Underwood to build confidence, to put confidence in this offense, to put confidence in these young players. There's a lot of value in today. Today's a great game for the program of Michigan, right? Now, we understand there's greater tests ahead, right? We understand the next step is going to be Nebraska. It is well understood. Now, if you look at the Oklahoma game, it's clear there was a different offensive strategy. And you may say, well, obviously it's Oklahoma. But, bro, it was a handicapped one arm behind our fucking back strategy. It was a terrible strategy. And it was clear, to John's point, they didn't want Bryce Underwood to run the freaking ball. And that's disgusting because it limited our offense. I mean, Bryce Underwood has the ability, and we saw today, obviously, over 300 yards today by him himself, to literally be a dual threat nightmare for these defenses. It is on the coaching staff to put him in that position to succeed. I will say, though, I need Bryce Underwood to slide. The very first run he took in the game, he decided to put a shoulder into somebody. Easy now, bro. Easy, okay? Take it freaking easy. Slide and go out of bounds. You want to do that shit, you do it in the Ohio State game, Big Ten championship, and the playoffs. That's it. No other game requires that type of action. Okay. Listen, today, when you lose a game like you did to Oklahoma, and we talked about on Tuesday, John, Michigan was going to try and take it out on somebody, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
So look, I am happy with today's performance. I am concerned about two areas on this team right now. It's the kicking and defensive line. Right now, I feel good about everything heading into Big Ten play. Everything else looks good to me. I will say this, though. Barham appears to be the biggest star on this defense, in my opinion. And the fact that he's the only one that's shining as much as he is, like you are constantly hearing his name, I need more from Houseman. Rayshon Benny, I don't even know if he's on the team anymore. Is that dude even on the team anymore? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Houseman had one or two things where I saw him, but it really is the Barham show, and he plays with an intensity unknown to mankind, to borrow Jim Harbaugh's phrase, right? The enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Like if everyone on the team had the same intensity as Barham, this is a national championship team, in my opinion.
The other thing that's exciting for me is seeing the freshmen like Shamar Earls, Jordan Young, Elijah Dotson. I know Elijah loves Elijah Dotson, right? But there's Andrew Marsh. We got an Andrew Marsh sighting today. Jasper Parker looked nice. Ty Haywood. I know Moose was talking about Ty Haywood. I noticed that as well. I was like, oh, Ty Haywood's out there. I did see Jamar Browder out there, but they didn't really do much. They should have tried to get him a play. I think there's a lot to be excited about here. We are very aware it's Central Michigan, but you play who's on the schedule. And I don't want to fucking hear from any rivals who got cupcakes like Grambling State on the fuck. Didn't you guys just elect Julian Sayin president last week? Didn't that happen? Pretty sure it did. Didn't he have like 4 touchdowns or some shit? And he's like the greatest gift of God or some crazy shit. And then and then people want to act like, oh, Central Michigan. Who gives a shit? That's your opponent today. Take your opponent out onto the next one. We got Nebraska next week. We'll handle it. And I'll tell you this right now. Breaking news. TJ thinks we're going to win against Nebraska. I think we're going to beat Nebraska. I don't care. I feel good about it.
With this level of execution and this level of play calling, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we have a good shot.
And look, we know we're going to get a similar approach next week because again, this is not to harp on Sherrone Moore because we're going to find out. We're going to find out when Sherrone comes back after week 4. Does this offense look a little different? And maybe this is good though. Like sometimes this is a real blessing in disguise because maybe Sherrone's looking at this differently than being on the sideline, right? He's seeing what's working. He's seeing what's what looks good from a different person. He had to watch this from a TV, guys. He watched this just like we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, unless they snuck him in a suite or something, I don't know. But
maybe Connor Stallions invited him to a.
Hey, that'd be a good time.
Yeah.
But fucking, at the end of the day, like I think this could be a blessing in disguise. I'm interested to see. I think Sherrone. All right, my final take, John.
Yeah.
Sherrone Moore needs to be a CEO of this team and allow your managers, allow your defensive, or allow your coordinators, right? Allow your coordinators to literally do their job. Let great leaders allow their people to do their job. That's what a real leader does. So that's what we need from Sherrone Moore. Allow Chip to be Chip, allow Wink to be Wink, and let's see what this team can do.
Yeah, and I do think that people are pushing back on the idea. Like I understand that Sherrone Moore was involved in this week's game plan, and I understand that he wouldn't. That if Sherrone hadn't given his blessing to this, that it probably wouldn't have looked like this, right? Biff said the first half was a love letter to Sherrone. I would also say that I think that sometimes Sherrone's instincts are to be tight and conservative. And both things can be true at the same time, that maybe he blessed this that Bryce could run and some of these things, but at the same time, when back was up against the wall, tight, conservative, deciding to punt, running a 3rd and 6, doing a 3rd and 6 run play, and then not following up with a 4th down play. Some of that stuff was, you can't argue that was Sherrone, right? So there is clearly an instinct to be conservative. We saw it even in the 23 Penn State game, 30 straight runs in a row, right?
I guess
he does that.
let me ask this question. Do we think it was Chip Lindsey who called a run on 3rd and 6, or do we think it was Sharon Moore? I have a hard time believing Chip Lindsey gave that it was his fucking idea. Yeah. I just have a hard time believing some of those play calls in that game against Oklahoma. What we saw today is what Chip Lindsey wants to do. We saw a little bit of this in New Mexico. And we also heard this week, guys, and you could say, well, that's 3D chess shit. Sharon Moore literally said, well, eventually we will run Bryce, but you need 2 quarterbacks to do that.
Yeah, that was
so clear as day. They chose to not. So they chose to not run him against Oklahoma. That was a Sharon call, guys. Now, whether or not they decided to evolve this week as collectively, it may be. But at the end of the day, Sharon was not on the sideline to give Chip Lindsey any tips or advice. And let's just be real too. Only the first 15 plays are scripted. So everything after that was Chip Lindsey was Chip Lindsey's game plan, right? So or his play calling. The game plan was collectively built, but I just feel. Listen, I do believe Sharon Moore is a bit conservative. I do believe Sharon Moore would rather run it up the A gap more than Chip Lindsey would. Okay. That said, I do believe Chip Lindsey had the biggest impact on today's play calls. That's where I'm at with it. And I don't care if it's Central fucking Michigan. You got to play somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's what it is, dude.
Yeah. I mean, people made fun of us about New Mexico. Well, New Mexico just throttled UCLA. And right. Nico, I want $4 million to be a quarterback. It went over to UCLA and has gone 0-3.
How's that decision going for him? How's his dad and uncle feeling about that one?
Absolutely wild stuff.
Terrible. So, could be at Tennessee on a bigger stage and winning games. Instead, he went to UCLA to chase a bag, and now he's about to ruin his career. Anyways, we can move on. New topic.
Well, you started touching on the defense, and I think that it's tough to evaluate the defense a lot because, again, this really does go to quality of opponent there. But like you said, who's kind of emerging? Really, Barham, and then a little bit here and there from some others, right? Like Elijah Dotson had that interception. That was sweet. Right. So, some others did do things. It's not like it was only Barham, but and clearly they kept Central Michigan to 3 points. So as a systematic unit, they mostly executed well.
So to me, that's what raises a concern. You played Central and you couldn't get consistent pressure. The only way you were getting pressure is blitzing a fucking linebacker, whether it be Barham or Bowles. Like, I'm not sure, listen, I just look at this as honest as I possibly can because I'm a fan of this team and I just want this team to reach its full potential. So I'm going to be aware of where I think there's weak points. To me, there is a pass rush weak point here that we are not generating with running 4. And the only way we are getting pressure, it appears to be blitzing Jair Hill, blitzing Bowles, or blitzing Barham.
Yeah, and Hill and Hillman had a really good, they stopped the first Central Michigan drive. So there was that too.
I'm gonna let you know right now, the fact that that's all we could get from Central Michigan, it's something to be aware of. I don't think it's nothing. I think it's actually a big something, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. And then it looks like, listen, folks in the chat who are like, if you want to start we encourage people to start channels here. We love that. Right. Do your thing. Right. Just somebody saying, hey, the coach not being there had something, like, don't stop thinking that Sharon not being there had something to do with this. But I think that, Chip Lindsey, I think, felt free to call his offense the way he wanted to call it.
I agree.
I don't think that's that outrageous.
Are people, let's go to war. Do people think that's crazy?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and then gonna start his channel.
All right, Brandon. Did you watch the Oklahoma game? So we are going to be doing a call-in show, brother. Be sure to call in. Let's talk about it. Let's debate it. I'm not looking for confrontation. I'm looking for a debate. We could talk about it. Because I disagree.
Yeah. Yeah, we will be taking calls. So definitely call in.
John, it's clear as day they put a handcuff on Bryce last week. Does anyone disagree with that?
It's clear he was told try not to run.
Yeah, not to run. And then Sherrone Moore makes a comment Monday about not running Bryce Underwood because we don't have two quarterbacks. Now, obviously, they decided, you know what, let him run, which they should. Anyone in their right mind should acknowledge this kid needs to be able to have his full range of weapon, right? He needs to have his full range of capabilities, right? But it was clear as day last week, and even against New Mexico, when they chose not to let him run, even New Mexico, John, even against New Mexico, they chose to not let him run.
Yeah, it really does kind of boggle my mind.
But John, now that Sherrone's away, it's okay now. It's okay now. Sherrone's okay with it because he's not on the sideline. It's all good. Hey, John, opening it up and throwing, what was it? Throwing, I got it right here. Shit, hold on. No, I don't have it. Where is it?
What are you looking for?
Right here. The team stats. Okay, so we threw it.
235 passing yards.
235 yards. But you see all the downfield passing we did today?
Yeah.
You see all the shots Bryce was taking. Now, listen, Bryce does need he needs a little less air under that ball because those late shots are dangerous.
There were a couple.
A better team would have picked those up, but he'll learn.
They would.
Again, 17 just 1 month ago. 17 literally a month ago. So
by the way, I was totally fine with that first play of the game when he almost got a pick because you know what? At least they're trying to move the ball downfield. And I actually was okay with that.
I agree.
Like, he was trying to get Goodwin, just things a little bit off, but I was happy they tried.
And if you're going to, why not take it Central Michigan? Why not take a shot like that in the beginning of the game? Not only that, the reason why they did that is because they wanted to show they have confidence in this offense, confidence in Bryce Underwood. That is the coaches instilling confidence in their players. That's what that play call was.
Yeah. So overall, before we get to super chats, I'm very pleased with how today went. I think we all needed it mentally after last week and everything going on in society. Just a nice curb stomp right here where pretty much everything with the exception of special teams looked pretty good. Even because remember, folks, I understand it's Central Michigan. Central Michigan has won a football game, by the way. Number two, when was the last time we looked like this against anybody?
Right. Great point, John. How many times? Well, John, how many times have we played an opponent like, even in Jim Harbaugh era, we would play an opponent like this and it would be like a 34-10 game. Like, this is like, I don't think people are appreciating, yes, it's Central Michigan, but you did your fucking job on every level. This is a victory. This is something to enjoy. Now, look, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you did good, on to next week. Like, don't get me wrong. We're not, even though I'm drinking a brewski in my Michigan cup, even though we are having a little alcoholic beverages tonight, even though it's only 3:00, but it's nighttime in Japan. I bet
it's nighttime somewhere,
bro. But anyways, yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, we did our job. Bryce looked good. Like, that's another thing too, man. Every game, Bryce is going to get better. Every game, Bryce is going to get more comfortable. Every game, you're going to watch this kid grow. It's like, and I'm going to be real with you, John. And I know my like JJ tweet kind of blew up and went viral this week. We are literally watching two quarterbacks grow in front of our eyes. We're going to watch JJ mature and grow in the NFL. We're going to watch Bryce Underwood grow and mature in college. And it's going to be so fun to watch. So just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. Next week is Nebraska. That'll be the next test. And I'm going to tell you right now, for a lot of you, it still won't be good enough because it's Nebraska. But as the weeks go on, there will be bigger and better tests. We will play our next, I think the next big test is what, John? Let's look at
Well, Nebraska, I consider Nebraska a test.
Yeah. But all right, at USC. So that'll be the one. So if we beat Nebraska, yes, we got Wisconsin. Wisconsin's Garbo.
Yeah.
At USC will be the one where that'll be the one where I think people, if we win that game and we win it decisively, then obviously people will be really confident. If we win that game, then I think it'll at least be you could be like, oh, this team could be competing for something this year. They could be a playoff team if they win that game. So we will see.
Absolutely. So with that said, we've got our super chats coming in fast and furious. We are $25 away from a second hour. Who's going to be the one to put it over the top? Who's it going to be? I can't wait to hear. Why don't we start hitting super chats unless you have a final thought on the game?
My final thought is fuck Ohio.
Fuck Ohio, seconded. All right, I know Garrison's in here. I know Garrison's in there. All right, so Drufus. So I guess you start. I'm wondering if TJ is going to call himself Socrates again. You had that one started, I guess.
Oh, bro, you should hear what I say to myself in the mirror, bro.
GT, my man. Only downside to this game is that the Zvada for Heisman campaign is over. I'm with you there. I wanted Zvada to go all the way, win the Heisman, but it looks like maybe not.
Yeah,
but I still think he's a dog. I still think, look, even the best kickers get a little bit of the yip sometimes. I'm not casting him off. I think he's going to bounce back. He's probably going to have a couple of clutch kicks that win us some games. I have more of an issue with some of the other special teams. I think the punting hasn't been very good. Some of the punts, especially last week, were just like WTF. Some of the kick, punt return, some of the just handling of the football, some of the so I think really JB Brown is somebody I'm going to start looking at a little bit more, like what might be going on there, because I'd say Zvada is far from the worst part of the special teams.
Well, Zavada's listen. I'm not concerned. Like I did say concerned. He'll come around. I mean, I said there was two areas of concern, and the kicking game was one. I mean, I'm not concerned about Zavada though. I do believe Zavada will. He'll find his way. I mean, it's fucking Zavada, bro. It's just interesting to see the slow start or the inconsistent kicking. And I know it's got to be. I'll tell you right now, as a kicker, it's got to be so tough mentally because like this is his year to become an NFL kicker, and he's already bombed 2 kicks, and I mean bombed not in a good way. He missed them. We'll see, man. I mean, I have faith Zavada's going to get on path. I really do. I really do. I'll tell you this. If someone was like, oh, bet money if Zavada's going to become Zavada, I'd fucking put the money down. I believe Zavada will. Defensive line, though, that's where my only concern is at this current moment.
Yeah. I meant y'all last week, the punting. I know we didn't punt this week.
Yeah, John, we don't fucking punt. We got Bryce Underwood, bro.
Yeah, we got Batman. That's
you
right.
don't. Yeah, we got Batman. You don't need a punter when you have Batman and Chip Lindsey. Come on, bro. The fuck we doing?
I do want to announce that Bull has helped us unlock the second hour of the show. Unlocked, and we're going now for hour 3, and we might keep rolling, folks. It's a daytime show, so we might keep this thing rolling for a while. If you guys want to keep it rolling. So Tom with the 5, thank you for that. And then Tom with another 5. I know he's not a lineman, but Bowles might be a dirtbag. Yeah, Bowles looks good.
I think Bowles is flashing. Yes, I think Bowles flashes. I think Bowles is looking like a dude. I think he's looking like a good player. I think I'll tell you now, another player who caught my eye is Anthony Simpson. I got to see Anthony Simpson on the field more. I think that kid flashes. I think Jasper Parker's got talent. I think Todd Bowles has talent. I think Elijah Dotson.
Simpson didn't really get a chance to show off much because we ran the ball when the backups were in.
Dude, Cole Sullivan is everywhere on special teams. Everywhere. Every tackle you see, he's there.
Yeah, Cole Sully, as I like to call it, Sully is looking good. I hope Nate Marshall's okay because I hope he recovers from whatever that injury is, and I'm sure we'll hear more about it But like, yeah, you're seeing some people flash. Obviously, Barham is gonna he's destined for, I think, a career season this season. Like he really, I think, is trying to put enough film on tape for NFL to be a first, second round pick. But we need more people to step up at that same level if you're going to beat teams like USC and Ohio State. I will. Well,
I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we want a serious team this year, and you want to get in the playoffs, the defensive line's got to be better. Fucking Von Mitchell, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Von's going off. Suspend Sharon for the rest of the season until the game, because he always he wins the game. That's true. 2-0 against Ohio State. Sharon Moore as coach and head coach in Michigan. And that's something to celebrate for sure.
So I want to share a text I got from GT.
Okay.
He goes, is there any way we can come up with evidence that Moore deleted more than 51 texts?
Right. So he can, yeah, he can.
Now, I want to stress this.
Everyone who thinks
we're being serious, relax. We're not being serious.
We love Sharon. We got Sharon emojis.
We want Sharon to succeed, but to say that, the offense looked great today, but it had absolutely nothing to do with Sharon not being on the sideline. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Sure, Sharon may have wanted to open it up. That's fine. Chip Lindsey called this fucking game though, and what my point is, Chip Lindsey needs to remain calling the game. Sharon really needs to be a CEO and allow his guys to do their job. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I understand that last season, Sharon, I think, felt a pull to help out more because, let's face it, Kirk Campbell's not getting it done.
He was terrible.
But we don't have Kirk Campbell anymore as play caller. We have Chip Lindsey, who's actually good at it. So let's let him be good at it, because this was a very well rhythm game. It was everything. It was kind of like remember what I said about New Mexico? Where you just kind of felt like there was an experienced play caller and there was a good rhythm the whole game. This game felt like that too, and even more so.
Yeah.
And I understand part of that, TJ, is the line play, and I understand that the line play was a mismatch today in our favor. I get that. But that isn't the whole story. It can't be, because the concepts that we saw today and the concepts that we saw last week were very different at times. Like there was maybe a couple of play actions last week, but more this week, right? You saw less inside zone, more perimeter attacks, more corner routes, post routes, crossers, dagger concepts, multiple scissors concepts that worked. I want to see more of that scissors, because that stuff worked. It was good. So I just want to see that consistently now the rest of the season. All right, let's go to New Life. They game planned in a way that let Bryce be Bryce.
Oh, shit.
Now, if Derek Moore will play like Derek Moore, even better.
Okay, well, all right, speaking on this, okay, the game plan in a way that let Bryce be Bryce. Listen to this. Shout out to Mr. GT, by the way, if you're watching. Biff Poggi on the Wolverines offensive game plan. You guys are going to love this. We thought at Oklahoma we would take the air out of the ball because they are an air raid offense. We are not taking the air out of the ball ever again. Not with this guy. Basically saying, boys, Batman is fucking taking over. I mean, dude. Bro, they're gonna basically what they're saying is they're gonna unleash the offense. They're gonna allow the offense. What they're saying is they're gonna build the offense around their players instead of the fucking offense dictating the players, right? This is great news. Obviously, let's see if this stays consistent throughout the year, but in my opinion, like that's fucking I love. And by the way, I love Biff Poggi's post games, and I think he's great. Like he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
hell yeah, that's epic. That's epic.
I think,
man.
You want to talk about an ideal interim head coach? It's Biff, because he's got the experience. And all you need him to do is keep the train on the tracks. But I will say, like, they did more than keep the train on the tracks today. They unleashed. They treated Central Michigan like we treated Central Michigan like our bitch all game long.
Well, they are. I mean, they're below little brother, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
they are. Wow, they're below little brother. I mean, they're the Central.
Little brother's looking pretty rough. I don't know. They, like Central Michigan might actually have a better end of year record than little brother. I don't know.
We'll see.
They might.
We'll see.
Little brother's been 4-8 the last couple of years since the phone sex happened. All right, folks. Let's go to Von Mitchell. It's good to see Blue blow out this team like the other elite teams do to Cupcakes. Thank you.
Exactly.
Like Ohio State did to Grambling. Well, that's even worse. They're like one level up from a high school team. But basically, like, that's what you want. You want what Ohio State did to Grambling State. That's what we were looking for here. But I still predicted it would be closer than that, just because of the history of the last couple of years against Cupcakes.
Look, the boys did their job. That's what it is. And we're not. Hey, guess what? Not going to apologize. Don't give a fuck. And guess what? Ohio State, our total wins, all-time wins leader, we just went up one. Suck it.
Yeah, we did. Doug Jess with the Bryce is the truth. Bryce looked really good today. And one thing that's impressed me about is just like we have to remember, he just turned 18, but his poise and his leadership and the way that he commands the team is far beyond an 18-year-old. It really impresses me.
What I don't understand, John, is the people who are unhappy with a win today.
How could you be unhappy with?
Are you miserable? Are you miserable? How could you possibly? It's like I just feel like people are like, well, it's Central. What the fuck do you want them to do? It's who is on the schedule. It's who is on the schedule. Like, what do you want them to do, guys? Not play good against a team that's on their schedule? They played good against who was on the schedule. Did their job.
Sorry, Doug guess. So it's like, okay, we're guessing. That's how you pronounce it. Thanks, Doug, for letting me know. I'll try to remember that in future. And thank you for the 2 also.
Right. That's my beer buddy.
Yeah. Doug guess. Guess we're gonna have to get another round. All right. Adam. Yeah, I'm gonna be filling up here in a little bit. But with Adam with the 50 burger, Michigan should be fine. I love that. Adam is this is satire for those who don't understand Adam's humor. Michigan should be fined and forfeit a game for piling up 63 points on helpless and childish Central Michigan. On a serious note, how do you assess Bryce's performance today?
Oh, okay. So let me just say, I have no problem curb stomping an inferior opponent. Secondly, on the Bryce point, look, man, 16 for 25, 235, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 114 yards rushing for 12.7 average was 2 touchdowns. All right? So we know all of it looked good.
Yep.
But let's talk about what needs to improve. He has got to do better on the deep throws. He cannot put that much air on the ball. He'll learn, though. Again, 17 1 month ago. 17 literally fucking 1 month ago. He turned 18 on the 19th of August, right? 18 on the 19th of August. Did you freeze on me, John? Fuck. That damn here. Internet. You are here. All right. So, yeah. So, I mean, like, again, he's going to learn. He's going to grow. I think he's gonna get a better feel for those. You can't make those throws in college. In high school, you might have got away with it, right? In college, not so much. So, I feel I'm extremely happy with the progress here. I mean, I think week 2, the game was a little overwhelming for Bryce, and I don't think the coaching staff put him in a position to succeed at all. And I think it's quite clear because Biff Poggi even said himself, we try to take the air out of the ball. Well, it's very hard to do when you don't have the offensive line capable of taking the air out of a ball. And that's what Michigan tried to do. So again, that's on the coaching staff, right? But what they do, they did the right thing this week. Here's what's fun. We're going to watch this kid lead this offense now, which appears to be what our offense looks like. And just so you guys know, well, let me finish my thought. For the rest of the year, which is going to be exciting to watch. It's going to be very fun to watch this kid evolve and grow. That said, I want people to know, just because we run this type of offense, it doesn't mean the run game's going away, clearly, right? How many yards did we have as a team today, John? We had, 381 yards rushing.
Total. Yeah.
So why can't you do both? Why can't you run a balanced power spread offense? The Lions have run that offense. It's the Ben Johnson offense. Now, granted, your play caller matters, and this isn't Ben Johnson. We know this. Point being is you can run this shit. And I think Shermore is trying to run a power. I'm not trying. I know he is. We know he's trying to run a power spread. It's just about executing it. They have the quarterback to do it. They have the running back to do it. Do they have the offensive weapons in terms of wide receiver? Well, I will get you guys in on some positive news. I have gotten word this week specifically that Michigan's going to make a run at a big-time wide receiver. Whether it be recruiting or portal, not sure yet. I just know they're going to make a run at a big-time receiver. Michigan is preparing us. Rephrase. Michigan is preparing to make a run at a big-time receiver. Don't know who it is. Don't know if it's recruiting or portal. I have no idea. I just know that that's the word. Is there some buzz that they will make a run at a big-time receiver? So
and not just receiver, but potentially line as well. Like here's what I'm understanding. The Champion Circle Coalition, they are behind this program. They're behind what's happening. They know, everyone knows. See, from what I understand, everyone's aware that there's that receiving talent could be better, and that line talent could be better. So I would expect that we're going to be paying for an alpha receiver and potentially a couple of linemen.
I think so, because I think the offense is showing the hesitancy by receivers of past can the offense showcase me? I think this offense can clearly showcase an alpha wide receiver. And I think that is going to drive one here. And we'll just have to see if Michigan can close, because they have already attempted to land 3 and they have struck out on all 3.
I do want to point out your drinking buddy again. So Mr. Guess. This is actually a great point, because the score could have actually been even more of a curb stomp. 2 touchdowns called back on runs. So there were some holding calls. 2 touchdowns called back on runs that scored, because our running backs were just going nuts today, especially Haynes.
Yeah, I mean, now Grant, that one was a hold. The one I think it was a Haynes touchdown. That was a hold, but
yeah.
End of the day, I mean, look, the offense, it looks promising. Now let's see it against the next level of competition. Let's see it against Nebraska. That's where we are right now.
Michigander with the 2. We might have a ranked on ranked matchup next week. That would be great. We had one last week, and I'm hoping that the product looks different on the field with the next ranked on ranked matchup. I think it's very possible.
If this offense can look anywhere near what it did today against Nebraska, that'd be just wonderful.
I think they're going down if it looks anything like it did today. They're going down. Courtney with the 5, tired of hearing it was CMU. That's how you beat an inferior team. Why are our fans think we have to play gauntlets every year? Had 300, 200, GTF out of here. Go blue. Yes, go blue, Courtney. And I'm with you. Yes, it was CMU. It doesn't mean that there weren't different concepts today that weren't used last week. And it was clear.
Clearly. Yeah, and not only that, look, we lost our game early, John. So what? Regroup. Now we got Big Ten play. It's now Big Ten starts now. After midnight, we'll let the boys celebrate. Once midnight hits, though, it's on to Nebraska.
Absolutely. Cole is here. I was in here last week telling y'all to calm down. It's Central, and we'd like to see this against a better opponent, but good things to come.
I was just so disappointed last week by the coaching staff. I mean, the coaching staff, Biff even told you they tried to run the air out of the ball. What a fucking, I guess you don't know until you know, and I guess they learned, but damn, you would think by the first quarter or second quarter, they would have realized this is not working. There was no adjustment in the fucking game. And the fact you held Underwood back from running Is this? It's just. Can we just be honest? And you may say, well, that's hyperbolic. It was fucking disgusting, dude. Why would you limit your star quarterback from running the ball?
Yeah, I don't
Now,
understand.
and also,
you better have two quarterbacks.
John, and then not only that, like they even showed today, they had us running into a stacked 7-man box. Why the fuck are we running against a 7-man box? Like the coaching staff did the team a disservice last week. Let's just call it what it is. It was just piss poor, unacceptable. But hey, learn and grow. Failures happen, you know.
Facts. I just put the call-in link in the chat. So because we are getting to that point soon where we're going to start taking some calls. We already have a caller lined up. So go ahead and start. We usually will do 3 to 5 minute rapid fire today. I did enjoy on Thursday that I did get to have longer calls, and we had some elite tier callers on Thursday. It was really I enjoyed that show a lot. Glad that you're feeling better, also TJ, and we're ready to rock here. 89 Dr. Funk with the 5. I love that username. Devin said on his podcast that the Michigan coaching staff saw that Bryce couldn't read the OU defensive scheme and had to keep Bryce in the pocket. Yeah, Venables does do a lot of disguises. He makes you think it's man, but it's actually zone. He makes you think that maybe he's blitzing, he's really not, and vice versa. Like he's very, I will say this about Venables. There's a reason he won 3 national titles as a defensive coordinator. Like he makes you think as a quarterback.
And look, there's a lot of people that say and I think, who was it? Somebody respectable said, who was it? It's essentially the most complicating front 7 in college football. So I don't remember who said that. Maybe the chat will know. Somebody did say that though, but maybe so. Maybe so. If Mike McDonald was here, I'd like to get his thoughts on that shit though. Or I'm sorry, Jesse Minter.
Michigander Biff calling timeouts. I think you mean the time management timeout that he did there. Sharon Learn. Yeah, Biff did a good job with his timeouts. Not that really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, listen. I mean, listen, now, Grant, let's just say this, though. All right, here's where I will have Sharon's back. It's a little easier to game manage when you're up by like 3-4 scores, right? Like the stress isn't on you, the pressure isn't on you. It's a bit easier to make just right decisions, you know? So we'll see on that. And then to the point I had earlier, it was Joel Klatt who said that, which obviously Joel Klatt's one of the best. So, so I mean, look, we may have played against one of the top teams in the country and against Oklahoma, which I mean, like one of the things too, like, look, week 1 we played against New Mexico. They look like a solid non-conference opponent. Okay. Then you play against Oklahoma, where it looks like Oklahoma might be a pretty good team, might be a playoff team this year. Then you go into Central Michigan, you wax them. And then now we got Nebraska. So we're going to find out that, you know, that's the next data point. Let's see what we can do with that.
For sure. GT, they say it's Central Michigan University. I say we're winning the Super Bowl. Let's go.
No lies told. Hey, you know, I made a tweet today. I was like, conclusion, New Mexico's going to make 12-team playoff, but I'm just kidding. Steve, Steve always keep. He's like, I keep receipts.
Keeping receipts, and then we'll see in November who's keeping.
How those receipts go on that hammer, buddy?
The hammer, the last 4 years of getting your ass kicked.
I know he's laughing. He's probably having a beer right
now. Yeah. We're all just.
It's all love,
folks. If y'all have seen The Sopranos, you know a lot of times they talk about breaking ball. We're doing a lot of breaking balls. But nobody's being serious. Nobody's being serious.
I fucking love that show. That's my favorite. It's my second favorite show.
Yeah, Courtney and I just got through the whole thing, so we saw the finale and dissected all of that.
When you started, I'm actually rewatching it right now. I think I'm on season 4.
We started a couple months ago, and we've been just kind of barreling through as we can. But
great show. Has she ever seen it before? Is it a first time watching?
Yeah, it was my first. So she was introducing it. So you know.
Oh, we do that.
We do that for each other.
Ooh, what'd you think? What do you think? What's your thoughts?
I love. It was my first. Yeah, I loved this. I thought it was a really good show.
It's fun. Isn't it nostalgic as fuck though? Like seeing the phones and like the
the phone booths and all of that. It's like, oh, remember those? I remember those.
They have product placement, like they were doing product placement back then. It's just like amazing to see that shit, you know.
Yeah, for
good
sure.
Time. Good
GT with another one, DJ Khaled. Biff said that in the post-game interview that Sharon wanted Bryce to run and that they needed to open things up for him. Okay.
About fucking time. That's what I'll say. Well, hey, I'll say this. Where was that last week? Now look, good. Learn, grow, evolve. It is okay to fail. It is okay to be wrong. Just make the right choices going forward. That's all. Listen, no one's, again, I said this last week. No one's saying fire Sharon. We're simply saying the offense looked different this week. And Chip Lindsey was calling the damn plays. Now, maybe Sharon said, hey, fuck the bullshit, open it up. Full go. Great. But it was not the decision last week, which is why we can be critical about that. Now we'll see. We'll see how the season goes on. We'll see against Nebraska, and we'll see against the opponent after that, Wisconsin.
Daniel Thornton says this has to be the game plan against Nebraska. Gotta play free, not scared. It was 31-10 versus CMU. We'd be talking about concern if it was 31-10. We'd be talking about concerns, not highlights. Nebraska won't be easy, but we have the pieces to win. I agree with you, Daniel. The talent is there. The offensive coordinating's there. The defensive coordinating's there. I think we easily, if we can call a game like this, one thing to remember, the line is going to get a lot more, it's going to be in a lot more trouble next week. Like, our lines are not great. Like, we've got to admit that. I still think that we're going to pull out a 2-touchdown victory if we execute or at least call the game like we did today.
Well, I think I know, here's where I agree with Daniel. I mean, I agree with all this, but we looked scared last week. We looked afraid to use our quarterback. We looked afraid to play with our toys, right? Our weapons. And this week it looked to me like, and if it was Sharon Moore's idea, then great. But it looked to me like, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's unload. So, we'll find out next week how real it is. And then from next week, we'll go on, week to week.
Facts. We got the Bull. So Bull is celebrating his 15th month as a member. Thank you.
I wonder, Seriously. I'm going to look up who's been the longest member. He's
Probably
up there.
Moose. I think Moose was the first member ever.
Yeah, but the longest, right? Continuous, right?
Yeah, continuously. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be up there with Keith and.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see if I can figure that out. All right, keep going, John.
Like the best damn show and subscribe and become a member. That's coming from Bull. Michigan always coming, never not coming. And
let me just
fuck shirts.
I'm sorry, I was cutting you off, man. I gotta do better there. Dude, and many of you, but like B-Dub really wants us to win. Like, he really fucking wants us to succeed and win, and like, very appreciative. And he's not the only one. There's a lot of you who have communicated. Actually, let me just say this. There's a lot of you who have communicated with me within the last 2 weeks that, like, when, for example, when Chris Drew gave his reaction video, like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, he's fucking with your reputation. You have a good reputation. And I just want you to know I appreciate that. It means a lot that you guys care about the way, even though I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck how I'm perceived. Others' opinions do not matter to me, but I do respect and appreciate that people care how I'm perceived. So I can, just so you know, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It matters. Yeah. I hear you. It matters. Yeah,
it's very good that people care. I will say I've known Chris for a couple of years, and look, he had some good. I think he had some good notes. I mean, he had some good notes in there. I'd been planning to get a mic for a while, but I kind of sped it up a little bit.
Bro, guess who the longest member is? Just so you know, B-Dub is tied, but he's not the first.
Wow.
B-Dub's in third place.
Okay.
But it's the 15th. So just so you know, 15 months is the longest member. So he's one of 3, but he's not the longest. Don't look, John. I feel like John's looking.
I'm not looking. I'm typing to the membership.
And I'm surprised on the second one. So I'll just say it's Nick. Nick is the longest member in the community, bro.
All right, man. I love that.
Wild. That's cool. Good for him.
Love that.
And then in second, so B-Dub's in third, Nick is first, and then Chad Zolman is actually second.
Oh.
So thank you guys. And then dude, Jesse the Redneck Truckers is fourth, and I actually haven't seen him in a long time, so I hope he's doing well.
Bull is back with another one here, $10. We are 100 subs, probably even less than 100 subs from 12,000 subs. We're winning the Natty with Bryce. I love it, and I think Bryce is the type of quarterback that can win you a Natty. In fact, at times today, he did remind me of JJ Goat Carthy with his ability to leave the pocket, his ability, like when I saw him leave the pocket, TJ, on a couple of those plays, I was wondering, what does this remind me of? It reminds me of JJ Goat Carthy. His ability to use his legs, his ability to throw on the run. Like, oh, wow, we have a weapon here that I think we're just beginning to start unleashing.
I have some people texting me asking if you could put the chat in the link or the link in the chat. But let me
you can do it again.
Not to cut you off, John.
I can do it again.
Yeah. Let me just say this though to correct B-Dub. He said we're 100 away from 1,200. We are not 100 away. We are actually 13 away. 13 away. So if there are 13 of you unsubscribed and you guys like the show, please subscribe so we get to 12,000. I said 1,200, 12,000 tonight. That'd be huge. So actually, our goal now, John, is to get to 12,000. So let's see if we can get to 12,000 on Bryce Underwood's coming out party, even though that was really against New Mexico. But it is what you get it. You get it. Hey, Bryce Underwood's running coming out party. So yeah, let's see if we can get that tonight.
All right. Well, Bull, thanks again for that one. But he's not done. He went for the triple threat today, folks. Or maybe even the quadruple threat. Kudstall for Heisman. I know you know. 20 burger on that one. Kudstall looked good today. In his limited opportunities.
I wish, all right, I'll say this. I'm going to be a hater. I wish they ran Jasper Parker more. I mean, I know Kudstall's earned it. I know he's earned it. And the word is he's looked good in practice. But I think Jasper Parker is really the future of that room. Along with Savion Hyder. I would have liked to seen Jasper Parker utilized more. I'm being selfish, though. I'll be very honest about it.
Bull with the super sticker. This was the one. This is the one that got us the second hour of the show. So thank you, Bull, for that. Really appreciate all your support that you've given us and hanging with us on all of the shows and everything else. Lance has been a member for 10 months. Smash that like button and put the link in the chat as well. Lance is one of the ones who has stepped up to be one of our mods this season because I said, hey, we're going to need a couple of mods. These post-game shows can get pretty nuts. And Lance answered the call, as did Michigander, as did others. Thank you for that. And thank you for 10 months. Dr. Funk is back with the $2.90. Is there symbolism there? $2.90. I'm wondering what. Interesting. I'm trying to think of like if there's a score or something that. Yeah, but that's $2.90 there. That was coaching malpractice against OU. I agree. On offense. On defense, there was room for improvement, but I'm not going to call it malpractice. On offense, limiting Bryce like that wasn't good. Chris, oh Lord, I'm still drunk after the last live I caught after Oklahoma. TJ, don't give me the green light to double fist the cores and Jim Beam. No mo.
Do it. Hey, bro, I've already started mine. It's 4:00. I'm already 2 beers in. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
I got the Lions tomorrow. They better not let me fucking down or I'm about to crash out. Yeah. But and I got JJ. So here's how I'm looking at it. Fuck the Vikings, but I got JJ. So I got the Lions and I got JJ. That's how I'm looking at it. So we'll see.
You can root for JJ when it's not he's not.
I know, but here's the thing though. So like, bro, I've been thinking about this a lot.
Yeah.
But if the Vikings win, it makes it harder on us. Like I need home field advantage. I need the division. Like It's stressful, bro. It's stressful being a fan of a player in your own division. It's stressful.
I feel you there. Folks, we're about to hear from Juju, Tim, aka Thunder Redman, and West Quad in a minute. But before we do, let's get to a message from Win Agency, who has a little something for you all.
We are fired up for another great season of Michigan football. The energy is electric, and with the new talent we have this year, I believe we have a real shot at stacking up some wins and making it back to the playoffs. At Win Agency, we want to help you win as well. We can help you find the right health insurance for you, your family, or your business. We also offer life insurance to protect the people you love, as well as smart investment strategies to help you build a strong financial future. Whatever your goals are, we have you covered. Let's cheer on our boys in the maize and blue and make this season one of the best to remember. Go Blue!
Go Blue. Thanks, Win Agency, for everything you guys do. And we'll post the links here in a sec. Again, for those of you who would like to have a self-serve life insurance or health insurance. Let's see here. All right, folks, let's go ahead and bring on our first caller. He's somebody who's, I think, is very knowledgeable, somebody who has been rocking with us for a little while here. We got Juju in the house. It's our first caller of the day. Juju, go Blue. What did you think about this curb stomp of CMU?
Yeah, go Blue. I think it was great to see the guys, respond. I think that's the biggest message for me is how they responded. I think game management was good in this game. Definitely some things to clean up, but I mean, in grand total, I think it was, a great team win outside of special teams. I know Zavada got to get it going. JB Brown, I've been skeptical about him for a long time. I think he needs to go.
I agree.
I think, punt coverage has not been great. Zavada is going to bounce back. We're fine in that aspect, but I think the punt coverage has been pretty lackluster. But I mean, not a lot of bad things to take away from this. Central Michigan has, one of the worst pass defenses in the country. So I think us attacking them downfield was part of the game plan. But you could see that, they wanted to run the football after last week. In my opinion, got embarrassed on the offensive line scrimmage. So from a lot of the backups, I was very proud of them. It is Central Michigan, but you did take care of business, which what you were supposed to do. I like what I seen from all the backs. Structurally getting Bryce in the groove of things was an emphasis, and you've seen that, which was the biggest takeaway of the offense for me. You have to put it on film because you remember in 2020, 2 or 3, we played. I think it was 2. We played Hawaii, and that was the first game JJ threw the ball downfield, and then teams had to respect it. So you're gonna have to respect it. Again, Oklahoma, I think, is gonna be the best front 4, the best front 7, especially schematically, that we're gonna see all year. And it was in week 2. It was one of the most complicated defense that Bryce is going to see. I think USC and Ohio State are the only other 2 on this that can confuse him the way Brent Venables did. So I think we need to take a step back. We're going to be fine. Just get healthy. And I think final note is please, for the love of God, move Jayshon Barham to fucking edge.
Yes. Holy shit, Jew.
That would be game changer.
All right, we need public pressure. That needs to happen. You're right, because we have no rush, bro.
TJ Guy being out this game might have been a blessing because I think it's not just in the pass protection. Jayshon Barham it is CMU, but he's blowing up the run game. The pulling guards and the tight ends are not blocking him. They were not able to block him. It is CMU, but you can tell very quickly he's the best athlete minus Nate Marshall in that room. So I think you need to play on my edge. I think Jimmy Roller is good enough to play at linebacker. He doesn't have the greatest sideline to sideline speed. He's not the greatest in coverage, but he's good run defense, and he knows the defense. So I think you can get away with it. But you need to put your players in the best position. And I think right now Jayshon Barham is 1,000% our best athlete. And you need to put him at edge, in my opinion, to wreak havoc.
Hey, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Marmar just sent me a bunch of photos. He's with some players and shit. But
Okay.
shout out to him. Yeah, man, I agree. I mean, I think listen, we need some push on. We need some pass rush. We don't have it. And I agree with you, Juju, that it was nice to see Bryce Underwood be utilized in this offense because, like, guys, something that needs to again be acknowledged and awareness needs to be brought to this. This is the beginning. This is only the beginning. His comfort level is going to get greater. Like, you know, one thing I noticed about Bryce Underwood that's kind of interesting. There's a lot of times, I'm sure Juju, you've seen this, where on the first level, there's a guy open, and the interception he threw, there was a guy open flat, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But he and I'll say more than not, because obviously the
Zach
interception
Marshall was open. Zach Marshall was open in that first concept there.
Oh, what it is? It was a heat check.
Well, hold on though. My point is, what I've seen from Bryce, which I don't think is a negative, this is a positive. There's a lot of times where the easy throw is there, but he'll still hit that second level and he gets it there. Like there's a lot of times where that fucking that 3-4 yard play is there, but he will literally still try and get that second level throw, which I think is a positive, not a negative. But yeah, I agree with you. It was a heat check, but let's just be honest too, Jew. There's a little too much air under those throws. He's got to get a little more. You know, he's got to flatline that ball a little bit. He's got to kind of get it in there if he wants to get it in there, or maybe just not make that throw. But he'll learn. I mean, he needs to get like, all right. I mentioned earlier about how we ran the ball against a 7-man box. Now Bryce is again a year away from high school, a month away from 17, but there's going to be a point where he needs to be aware of that. He needs to see that and be able to audible out of the play. He's not there yet. It's still early. I'm telling you, this kid's going to be great though.
No, of course. And going back and watching the Oklahoma game, look, Bryce is like at the bottom.
You rewatched the Oklahoma game?
I rewatched it like 9 times.
You're sick.
Wow.
Like
I forced myself to do it once for the.
I threw my TV out of the house.
Look, the biggest worries out of that. Look, again, Oklahoma has a great front four, and we were taking 7 guys to block 5. That lets me, bro. And our biggest worry, Crip and Brady Norton. That's in the run game. They were not getting pushed at all. Hadi was fine. Our tackles were fine. Everyone gives Evan Link shit, but he's fine.
He was good in OU. He was the best guy, I thought.
Exactly what I keep saying. He's fine, bro. Like, it is the interior. It is my worry that has been all along. It is Greg Crippen, because he's not physically able to go against these bigger defensive tackles. He's getting moved around. He's very smart, and which is the exact reason why he's starting, because he's very smart.
Juju, let me ask you a question. What did you think of Jake Granera today?
I thought he played well at guard. I mean, look, it is Central Michigan, but again, they were getting pushed and it was all game. Like everyone, if you look down the stat sheet, every running back, I think, was over 5 yards of carry. That got more than 5 carries, if I remember correct. Maybe someone can check me on that. But I know it was a lot of success. I mean, we only ran Justin Saints 14 times. In 2 of those runs, he popped, and we had holding calls. And we didn't even need to hold. So, I mean, it was blocked well up front. Just Ifobi and, Marsh, who bounced back. I do love to see that they got him the ball because he's been having a rough first couple games as a freshman. So I like to see him get a catch in that touchdown in a reverse. But, I mean, I think we're going to be fine. I think the test, obviously, is Nebraska. Is going to tell me where we're at, because out of conference, that was a house call for me. Like, that, we're playing with house money. Now I need to see where we're at in Big Ten play. And I think Ohadi's going to be back. And if I'm not mistaken, Brady Norton's going to be back. That's
good to hear. If that is the case, that
a lot of these players were held up by precaution.
It seems clear. It seems clear Rod Moore is going to be back next week, in my opinion.
Yep. He's been ramped up for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see how next week goes, but I agree. I think we're going to get healthier. El Hadi obviously doesn't look long term. I mean, that's the word, right, Juju? Like El Hadi's not a long term.
I don't think so. He wasn't in uniform today, but I find it hard to believe that he won't be ready for Nebraska. I didn't hear anything serious.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, all right, let me ask you this, Juju. And then we'll get to our next caller here in a moment. Overall grade, offensively, defensively, and then just overall.
For seeing I'm gonna give the play call I'm gonna give it a B plus. I thought it was really good for what it was. I thought we attacked CMU, which is in the past defense, which is exactly where you want to. I didn't think there was really a play call, and we were unpredictable, which is what you need to be. Offensive line was good, even with backups. So wide receivers, you got to clean up the drops. I mean, you have to clean up the drops because that's an apparent. I mean, Bryce, you can say what you want about his arm, but I mean, they're hitting your hand. Catch the ball. Defense played absolutely lights out. They did exactly what I wanted them to. Everyone wants more sacks, but they didn't throw the ball a lot. One, I would like to see more pressure, definitely, but we got there, and they didn't have who. I didn't check the box score, but I don't think they had 200 yards of offense.
I'm looking at it right now. They had
139.
Yeah, that's like they held them in check. Obviously, I want to see more sacks.
Only 60 passing and 79 rushing. Great. I mean, obviously, great numbers.
I mean, that's what you should do against a team.
You know what's crazy? Listen to this, though. This is crazy. Possession time, 33 minutes for Michigan, 26 for Central, but Central only had 139 yards at 616. Michigan had – all right, here's another thing here.
Yeah, we had over 600 offense. I can't complain about it.
600 fucking yards of offense, and people want to complain it's Central.
And that was with 2 backup linemen. Right. Look, I'm not saying we definitely have – and the offensive line is still a concern. But the level of competition –
Juju, tell me about the defensive line. What's your concern levels from scale 1 to 10? I'm
very disappointed in Demo and TJ Guy.
1 to 10, what's your concern level?
I would give it 5.5. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy concerned because Big Ten play hasn't opened up.
I'm at a 7.5.
We don't have the pass rushers on the interior like we did. Again, this defense is going to be differently. It's going to be called differently. We said that. I mean, it's going to be edge and linebacker. We're going to be a focal point. But there's no question we need to get more pressure. And I think we will. As the year goes on, we need to figure out rotations. You can't play everyone. So you need to figure that out. And I will add real quick, having Hassan Hogan and Klein healthy is the most important part of this offense. And you've seen it, especially when you run 12 personnel. Klein was responsible for so many runs that popped. He's the best blocker, in my opinion, in all of college football at tight end position. He is damn important. And not having him in that Oklahoma game, especially running 12 personnel, was a huge hit. And you've seen it today. I don't care if it's CMU.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how it plays. So TJ Guy did not play today. That's what the chat's saying. So,
and Nate Marshall's hurt. So,
yeah,
is he? I didn't know about that. Was he on the report? I don't think I saw.
No, he got
hurt today. Yeah,
okay. I don't know if he's long term, but his knee was wrapped, so I think he'll be fine. But he got hurt today.
Let me ask you a question. What would it require from you to give, what would take it from a B+ to an A in play calling? Because for me, it was at least an A-. I mean, what do you think would need to happen?
Are we talking offensively or defensively play calling?
Yeah, offensively, because I think you gave
how would the not an A?
B+.
Did Juju say it was a B?
I said B+.
How?
I thought at times it got conservative. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, when you have 600 total yards, it's
right.
It's hard not to give it. I think just we got conservative a little bit. I think when Bryce threw the pick, I didn't like seeing that we went straight to the ground like we've been seeing. I wanted to see more. So in order for me to be A, I mean, you have to have a damn near perfect game. We didn't. So I mean, when you have 600 total yards of offense, I mean, that doesn't tell the whole story, but it tells you a lot. So that's why I'm a hard grader. So I mean, even given a B+ is really high. Okay. I thought the offensive line played lights out though. I thought the wide receivers were like a fucking C+. You got to catch the ball, bro.
Yeah. All right,
That brings it down for me.
But that's not play calling. That's performance. I mean,
No, that's two different things.
Yeah. I agree with you. Receivers got to be a little better.
I didn't like that we got conservative though once he threw the pick. I wanted to see him go right back out there, like and throw the ball of the first couple plays. But I mean, that's me nitpicking. All in all, it was a great performance on both sides of the ball. Just special teams are atrocious right now.
Yeah,
we got players running into each other on punt coverage.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like JB, get the fuck up.
All right, Juju. Well, we're gonna get to our next caller here. Appreciate you, brother. Enjoy your night. And I know why you called in.
You know why I called in?
Because you haven't started drinking yet, bro.
Yeah, I did not. I made sure I was sober to watch this game.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, you know what? Hey, Juju, now you're not allowed to drink the rest of the year. You know that, right?
No, I ain't gonna lie. Oklahoma doing what they did. Yeah, I'm gonna be locked in all year.
Yeah, Juju went sober, boys. That's how fucked up it was. Okay, so
Damn.
all right, Juju, fight the good fight, brother.
Yes, sir. Go blue.
Go blue, bro.
Thanks, Juju. Go blue to you as well. Juju, always a great caller. Appreciate anytime he can call and give his takes. I will say B+ is tough. That is a tough grade. I think.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
Play calling.
You know what I think Juju's gonna say? He's gonna. Hey, I watched the game about 12 more times. It's an A-. No,
I'd be okay with A- because of the some of the conservative things.
I'm at an A. I'm at an A.
That's the lowest I'll go.
I'm an A. I'm an A. It was a great game.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get Marmar here. Let's get Marmar up here because he was actually met some players. He was at the game. I'd love to get his take on it.
Yeah, Marmar was on the scene talking to players, and I think he has a couple of pieces of intel for us. We got Marmar in the house. How you doing, Marmar?
What in a couple weeks, and then I talked to Rob Moore. He said maybe he probably will play next week.
All right. Okay. You also talked to Bryce Underwood. What was that about? I saw the photo.
You know, yeah.
Oh no!
I got a photo for you, TJ. I got one with Derek Moore. I got that with TJ Metcalf. I got it with Tevis Metcalf. I got it with Matt Bredesen, Crippen. I took a photo with Osman. I took a photo with Osman's dad, and I was sharing that I was also adopted as well, and that was a good thing he did for Osman. And yeah, I was rapping with everybody, man. I met Jason Avant. I got a picture with him. My dude that works my dude that works the games. He called me down. It was like, I want you to meet somebody, and it was Jason Avant. And then I hollered at him. I said, you know what you did. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to speak about it. You a flag saver. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Let's go. And then I talked to Justin Haynes. I told Justin Haynes to watch the Barry Sanders highlight tapes and then watch your highlight tapes so that could motivate them. And then I told Jair Hill, lock down these niggas over here in motherfucking Nebraska. I told all of them. I told everybody. I talked to everybody. Bryce pulled up in the Corvette. That's where I took the picture. He was in his Corvette. I took the picture with him.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I got a picture with Donovan Nichols and the boy Cam Brandt. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I got Krypton. I took a picture with Link.
I got today, boys.
You know what I'm saying? I got to do the thing. I talked to TA. I took a picture with Biff Poggi. I told him it looked like Harbaugh was out there.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm boots on the ground for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro. That's what's up, man. So what'd you think of the game? Let's get your thoughts on the game, brother.
Hey, listen. Just like I was telling my baby girl right here. There she go. And then she said, don't do that shit again, nigga. She's about to punch me. But anyway, listen. So, they ran Bryce.
Hey, shout out to Jody, brother. Hey, Marmar.
Hey.
Marmar.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jody.
Shout out to her. He said, shout out to you.
Okay.
TJ. He said, what up, though? She said, what up, though? My bad. I ain't mean to call her. You know, tomorrow don't roll that way. But, yeah, listen. So, yeah, man, they finally ran Bryce. Oh, what a pretty sight that looked like. Did you see what it looked like?
I saw it.
Did you see what it looked like? It
How's
felt
that
like
time?
Harbaugh was out there running the offense.
Looked like JJ Goat Carthy.
Hey. Oh, yeah, JJ. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, listen. So, like I was telling TJ the other night, and you, I think me and you talked about it too, John, when you filled in for TJ. You remember what I said to both of y'all? If it looked different, that country song by Dolly Parton is going to get playing. And you know what song I'm talking about. Jolene.
Yeah.
All right, so if it looked different next week, the same that it looked this week with Biff Poggi at the helm, what you think gonna happen?
Yeah, Sharon's in trouble.
Because we in the era of NI. Big money is being spent. People want immediate results. Not 3 years ago in the format playoff, where you can just
He's breaking up, John.
Mar, call back when you can. Your signal's getting a little off. Brother. So when you get back home, definitely.
He'll be home in like I know where he's at. He'll be home in like 20-30 minutes. So get to us when you're back home, brother.
All right, cool. But yeah, Mar was on the scene, talking to players, talking to coaches, on the ground, helping out Michigan boys college football. We appreciate that very much. All right. So just a reminder that we still have $142 to go for a third hour. We have about 30 minutes left. So if you want a third hour, we'll go a third hour. But go ahead and hand in your super chats, super stickers, memberships, or you can gift people memberships, which is also really fun. People do that. All right, folks, let's go over to West Quad, Best Quad. I like to call him West Quad, Best Quad. How you doing, West Quad? Sorry, I missed you Thursday there.
No, listen. Oh yeah, look, had to handle some family business, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all, like I did over on M3 show.
Sure.
I'm not about to sit here and argue with people who watch the game because I have family in town. So I've only seen clips. Like I got back and I rewound and watched like touchdowns in the first half. I didn't see any drives. I mean, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
There it is. Just so you don't get fined.
I mean, for those who don't know, we fine our regulars if they don't call in. Just
listen,
so
I've seen enough clips to know that I'm pissed off about last week now. I'll tell you that much.
Bro, that's what I'm fucking saying. West Quad, thank you.
Because we still had our we still had artillery left and we didn't use it. So it's like it makes it worse. Cause like if we went down swinging and we used everything we had in our arsenal, I would have been fine with that.
Right.
But when you know that you like, I mean, it's like having timeouts that you didn't use, and you're like, come on, bro, why do we still have 3 timeouts?
Thank you.
So it's one of those things like, you know what? Hindsight is 20/20. Maybe we get a chance to see him in the playoffs, maybe. I don't know, but I'm back on. I mean, look, I never got off the train. I mean, he looked like a freshman last week, but we didn't help him. The play calling didn't help him. The players didn't help him. So it is what it is, man. We just got to do better as far as, you know, if you give this man, you know, the whole playbook, then, you know, you get much better results. Needless to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we got like last week. Let's move forward. And Sharon's not even here anymore, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I mean,
I also said over there, look, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think we got a much better chance next week with him not being there, and which is a crazy indictment of the play calling when he's on the sideline.
Let's hit on that, West Quad, because like I think, you know what's crazy? There is a portion of the fan base, I would say probably a minority, who feels how you feel about that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a part of me that feels, well, shit, Sharon won't be there next week, so this offense will stay open. There is a concern in this fan base that if Sharon is on the sideline, the offense will be limited.
I mean, look, Sharon, if you're listening, bro, you be the CEO, but you coach the OL. You know, we gotta push Grant back a little bit. You coach the OL and let everybody else handle their shit. And I think that's the best, that's the best of both worlds, bro. Like you're an offensive line guru. Do what you do, be a CEO, overlook everything, but micromanage the OL and let everybody else rock because everybody else is doing their jobs. It seems like to me. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this because I've actually today was in debates with two members of the Michigan media who I respect. I won't mention their names, but you can see it on Twitter and on the boards if you are on those. But essentially, we were debating on the influence of Sharon versus not last week and this week. And my question is, yet we don't have the evidence to prove that Sharon interfered last week and then this week Chip felt like he could call his off. We don't have the evidence to prove that. The only thing that we have is his public statement about Bryce running. That's really the only thing, the only data point I have that I can prove that he said in a press conference, you don't run your quarterback unless you have two quarterbacks. You better have two quarterbacks.
But John,
that's the only.
The proof is in the pudding. We see we saw today what can happen if you actually if you unleash his full potential. Like I don't understand. I understand Sharon's point though. Like because we're gonna be on his ass. If I'm not gonna speak that. I'm not gonna put it out there. But you know what I'm going. You know what I'm saying. Like we will be on his ass. Like why did you run him? But it's like it's a double-edged sword, bro. Like, but you know what? Go down swinging is my. That's
wait. You say it's a double-edged sword. What's the negative?
I'm saying if he were to get hurt running the ball.
I hold on. Well, let's hit on that. We can't play scared.
Yeah, no, that's the side I'm on, TJ. I'm just saying, but you gotta realize.
You're right. That's what the coach is thinking about because that's his ass, right? If I lose,
because we'd be on his ass if he were to get hurt, or like when somebody gets hurt, and this is justified though. When somebody gets hurt, like in the third quarter of a blowout, and he's still playing, it's like, bro, why were you even out there? So it's it's one of those things. Like I understand the coaching side of it, but I mean, especially when it comes to somebody like Bryce, we gotta let him get those reps, bro. Just so at this point,
right.
I mean, everything is a double-edged sword. So I mean, it is what it is. I stayed on the train. I think we could have beat Oklahoma, even though they did help us keep the game close with a bunch of penalties and this and that, turnovers and everything. But I just feel like you gotta let the man be the man. Let him earn the money. Let him.
You hired Chip. You hired. Like he made the right let's give him this. He made the right decision by hiring an experienced play caller, Chip Lindsey. Yeah. So all I'm saying is let him do what you hired him to do.
Right. Exactly.
And they brought in
Bryce,
Justice Haynes.
And bro, that holding call was weak. I did see that. I feel like that
I gotta watch it again. I'll be honest, I gotta watch it again.
Just on the 70-yarder, I feel like that was kind of weak, but it is what it is as far as I'm not gonna complain about like penalties. They happen. But
yeah.
I'm very pleased with the clips that I did see though. I will say that. I didn't get to see
I mean, do you have the ability to watch the games? I'm gonna tell you right now, it's one to watch, West Squad. It's a good game.
I recorded the game and I'm actually waiting for the night. I love the Big Ten, in 60. I love that because I did cut out all the crap.
I hate that. I like the shit in between the plays, bro.
No, I do, but that's why I watch the game live. When I want to watch the game, I don't need the puff pieces. I just want 60 minutes so I can, it's really about the DVR, bro. Like I just want the space because I record a lot of shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. And that those 4 hours.
What kind of shit you recording, dog?
Bro, I record everything. I record
because I see the shit you be tweeting on, bro.
No, not that kind of shit. I keep that on the timeline, but I'm saying I watch a lot of TV, so I gotta keep my DVR relatively
gotta keep it free.
So like I said, so like no, TJ, I love to see that shit when it's happening. Like the puff pieces and all that stuff on the sideline. Like I like to see it. But then when I go back and watch the game, I just give me that 60 minutes, bro. Like I just need everything that happened. And I'll watch that other stuff another time. But how was the show? I mean, how was the show, John? How did it go? I saw some when I was there, but I had to back out.
Which show? The
call in on Thursday.
Oh, it went great. We went 3 hours and everybody rocked it. Like we had a pen game call in and just some really good.
I saw you clip that one. Well, I'm just glad you got your 3, bro. I'm glad look. You're always nervous when when it's your turn. It's like, bro, please don't let it just go an hour. Jesus.
I'll tell you what. If it went an hour, cool. If it went 2, cool. If it went 3, cool. I just wanted to make sure we had our show.
Right? No, for sure. And, hey, much obliged, bro. We appreciate it.
And look, I had some. I love when we can just have some really good convos. So I know TJ watched some of the Thursday show, and the callers were top notch. We had some with Pen Game and some of the people that called in. So really happy.
I'll probably end up watching that over the weekend at some point. But yeah, I'm pleased, bro. Running game looked good from what I saw. I didn't get to see much of Did Micah get any run in the 4th?
No, he was out today.
He was out.
Oh, he was one.
He was injured.
Yeah. So
and
we saw Kudstall.
Well, it sucks because get this shit.
Yeah, Keoki was there.
He was there. He was texting me, and unfortunately, unfortunately, Micah couldn't play today.
Yeah, that sucks, but
yeah,
he'll make it back eventually. I mean, it is what it is. But shout out to Keoki and Micah, the whole Top family. Like I said, I'll look back at last week and be a little bit upset about it just because we didn't go out guns a blazing. But I'm fine with the projection for this team, like going forward.
Me too.
I like where we are. I mean, Bryce is him, bro. We all know that. But every week we get to see a little more. It's like Batman and his gadgets. Somebody called him, Biff called him Batman, and it's true. He's always got some new stuff to show us every week, and I'm loving it. So, thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, West Squad.
Going to the next team. I mean, I'll be in the comments.
All right, brother. Hey, enjoy the game when you get to watch it again, though.
Oh, no, I'll have more to say probably next week. I will definitely watch the whole game before I talk to you guys. Actually, before I talk to Johnny tomorrow.
All right, brother.
But thanks for having me, guys. Go Blue.
All right, go Blue, brother.
Thanks for being here.
Yep.
All right. So that's West Quad, Best Quad. I also, in my sophomore year, was in West Quad. So that's why I can say that. After being holed up in North Campus with a lot of the freshmen get holed up in North Campus the first year, but then second year you have a lot more chance to be on Central. And so I was in I want to say it was Williams House that year, the West Quad year. But yeah, it's cool because it's connected to the Michigan Union, right? Which is like the main student hub, one of the main student hubs of campus. So you don't even, when it's like -10 out and it's snowing, you don't even have to leave the building. You just walk right over to fucking get Wendy's or whatever it is.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking get Wendy's. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to give an update. We are 8 away from 12,000 subscribers. So if you are unsubscribed and you are watching us, if you want to help the channel out, get us to 12,000. That is the goal tonight. We are currently only 22 minutes away from the end of the show due to we are 109 away from a third hour. But I will say if we can reach our 12,000 subscriber goal tonight, that would be a victory. We'll see if we can get there. But all right, John, you can bring up our next caller if you want.
Well, let's go ahead. We have a couple of super chats I want to read real quick. So K Will Marmar with the 10 burger. Marmar was on one today. Them boys went out there and did what they were supposed to do. And Marmar will probably be calling back once he's back home to give us more intel. But he was on one. He was there doing the damn thing in the paint. But yeah, they did do what they were supposed to do. And Bryce looks really, really good. Like really, really good. Very happy.
Agree.
J.R. Morris with the 20 burger. Why is Chip taking so long to get play calls into Bryce? I would think he would want to get them set at line early to look over the defense. Love the show.
I'm not sure I noticed that. That's something I'm going to rewatch the game at some point.
Yeah.
I'll look.
It's a good thing to point out because I didn't notice that. So yeah, thank you, JR.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Well, you know what? It's cat and mouse, right? You don't want to show what you have. You want to see what the defense has before you show what you have. And then if you show what you have, you don't want the defense to be able to adjust. It could be very much that. Connor Stallions talks about this all the time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Connor Stallions, he's on that show with Isaiah Hole now. And it's really fascinating to watch because he was talking about
the manifesto, which shout out to Isaiah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
For even doing that. It's some shit we would do, I'll be honest with you. Like I would name the show the manifesto.
100%.
But good for him to just run with it.
Yeah, I love the fact that he owns it and just like runs with the bit. But we will on the second watch of the game. I'll definitely be watching that because I'm definitely watching this one again. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, this is a good one to watch.
We do have some people. Yep.
I did not watch that Oklahoma game again. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I kind of just I held my nose and I forced myself. Like doing it once was hard enough. Doing it 9 times, that's insane. But also amazing behavior. Very, very dedicated. We got K Will. K Will's just become, folks, a leaders and best member. K Will, thank you for that. Enjoy your emojis. If you want to become a member, you too can do it. You can hit the join button on our channel. We'll pop the link right in here so you guys can join K-Will, and then just refresh your browser, and then you're gonna get all these cool emojis, which you got Smash in there with Sharon. You got the 4 Ohio State victory scores. You got lots of good Queen Jolene's in there. Lots of good stuff. So thanks, K-Will. And then we got another one from K-Will, a 10 burger. I know exactly what he was talking about. Bryce was signaling to the sideline to get the play in faster. Looked like they called the play, then signal it in. There did appear to be some latency. Okay.
I'll have to look. We'll have to look. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I love when people bring a perspective I wasn't even thinking about or because I was just trying to pay attention to play calling and what was going on, and writing down, the play concepts as we went. But that's one thing I didn't notice. So thank you, K-Will. K-Will just brought us to $99 to go. So let's see what happens. $99, and then we will go a third hour. All right, folks. Our next callers here. We got Thunder Redmond, aka Tim.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, Timothy? How you doing, buddy?
Good. I saw Marmar walking out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. You were at the game today?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, Timothy. How was that, buddy?
Good. I tried to make some content, but the Wi-Fi is still terrible out there.
Yeah. So what'd you think of the game, man?
I don't think, but no one was expecting for Bryce Underwood to have a couple touchdowns on the ground and over 100 yards on the ground. I don't think no one was expecting that out of Bryce.
Well, considering Sharon Moore's comments last week, I don't think we were expecting Bryce Underwood to be unleashed, but it was good to see,
Yeah, I think he was being. He looked I was skeptical that they were. He looked
like JJ McCarthy out there. He looked like a junior out there, outside the interception. When I saw that throw, it looked like the wide receiver has slowed down and slipped.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, it looked like there was too much air on the ball. But he'll figure it out. I mean, he's going to get better each game, so I'm not worried about it. So I mean, I guess Timothy, I guess my question to you is like overall thoughts on the game. I mean, like, what do you think about the offense? What do you think about the defense?
The one blocking was fixed. I think the one blocking is back for right now.
Based on opponent, yeah.
But next week game will tell us that are we going to see the same performance or not? Next week,
Right.
Next week will tell us.
Yeah, I'd like to see what happens against a stronger O line because Nebraska's or O and D line because Nebraska has a stronger O and D line, I think, than Central Michigan. But how is that going to impact the play calling? Are they going to continue to try some of the concepts that they did today?
It still should be weaker than Oklahoma's.
I think they're weaker than Oklahoma's, but better than what we saw today from Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Who do you think stood out today besides Bryce Underwood?
Yeah.
Justin Haynes.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
100-yard game. Yeah. I love that they let him come in for a play so he can get his 100 yards. Like, even though the backups were in at that point, they let him get his 100 yards.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Jordan Marshall. He played. Okay, he played better than the first two games. He played better. Jordan Marshall.
I agree.
Those deep touchdowns, somebody behind me, they said JJ McCarthy out there. No, like Bryce Underwood, and he is performing like him though. He's a freshman.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I would think I'll say this, and Timothy, Juan, thank you for calling in, brother. We appreciate it, man. And we'll get your final thoughts here after this. But look, Bryce has some. He does look like he's got some JJ in him. There is some youth in him. We saw that in the interception. But he'll get there. But all right, Timothy, give us your final thoughts here, my friend.
Okay, they need to do more stunts and twists with Barham.
Well, the defensive line, I would think so. I mean, we need more from the defensive line. The defensive line, in my opinion, is a slight concern. Actually, I'll say this: it is a concern. So we'll see there. We're not getting enough pressure, Timothy.
Yeah.
So, all right, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure we'll talk to you Thursday. All right, man?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Go blue, man.
All right.
Thanks, Tim.
Another one. That's two of our callers a day who have made it to the game, which is pretty cool. I know another one of our viewers, Alex Pitt, was also actually at the game today. He actually invited me, and I couldn't go, though. But shout out to him. Thank you for inviting me. I do appreciate that. But yeah, John, so here we are. We got 12 minutes to go. We got 12 minutes to go. We are 89 away from a third hour, I believe.
Oh, snap. Will with the 10 burger there. I was at the Oklahoma game last week, and the play calling was definitely different.
Yeah.
It seems like the game plan was to play them like Ohio State.
I think so. But the truth is we don't got those horses, I don't think. I'm going to be honest with you. We don't have the interior. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We don't have the defensive line or the offensive line to play that game right now. We don't. And it's too early to tell what that means in November, but it is something that I think we should be aware of. You know? So we'll have to see. To be determined. And not only that, our team can find themselves from now until then. You know, a lot can happen for them and us. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think Look, I understand why they want to try to still run smash, but when you lose on the the offensive line just doesn't, like you said, they don't have the horses to do that, right? And even last year it wasn't great. This year I still it basically since 23 we've had a drop off on the O-line, right? And some of that's due to NFL attrition. Some of that might be Grant Newsome might not be able to meet the moment. I don't know. I actually agree with whichever caller said Sharon Moore when he comes back should work on the O-line and let Chip just do what he does on the off. I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Agreed.
Work on the O-line, make it as good as we can make it, and then maybe you can do more smash, and maybe you can do more of that later in the season if you get it right.
Right.
I think Garnera showed that he might be a contender for a starting position the rest of the season, potentially, depending on how he does in his play time against Nebraska.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that is absolutely the best approach, right? I think let Chip do Chip. Sharon, focus on the offensive line and be a head coach. And then let Wink be Wink and then go from there. I mean, listen, here's the good news. Right? The playoffs are still in front of us. The team looks to be finding itself. See, that's something too. Damn, I wish I would have hit on this earlier, man. It appears the team is finding itself offensively.
Yep.
That's critical, bro. Now Saturday they tried to be somebody they're not right now. Today we were somebody that we are. Now, obviously, that was against Central Michigan. We'll see how we do against Nebraska, and then we'll go from there, one test at a time. But the boys did well today. It was good for a confidence boost. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to watch the momentum into Nebraska.
And let me be clear. I'm not saying don't run inside zone. What I'm saying is don't run it as consistently all the time. Like, it's very clear that because of our line issues, that spreading it out is the way you're going to create matchup separation. And clearly the results showed today that's going to need to be the formula. When you go out and pay $12 million to get a Ferrari as quarterback, you gotta lean on him a little, right? And today he showed again against an opponent that isn't probably as good as Nebraska, and definitely not as good as Oklahoma. But at least he showed. At least today I saw the vision. At least today I saw the landscape of how Michigan could actually still potentially get into the playoff. If they are able to utilize Bryce to this level, I still think there's a chance. Shout out Jim Carrey. I still think there's a chance to potentially sneak into the playoff. You can get in with 10 wins. Look at Ohio State. They won the whole damn thing. So I still think we're headed maybe more for an 8-9 win season now, but it's not impossible that my original 10-2 prediction, again, if the execution is there, it's absolutely, dream is still alive.
It's alive, John. I think so. It's alive. I'm still at 9-3, but it's alive. 10 game season's alive. 10 win season.
K Will actually did a triple or quadruple threat here. So K Will with the 10, run the clock, create a defensive game, play shell defense and pressure with 4. But OU's quarterback run game was a different element than what OSU presents. So he's elaborating on what he said earlier there.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I mean, I think it's a very fair point. Something we're going to have to watch. We need to watch Ohio State. What time do they play today, by the way?
Ohio State. They're playing the Ohio Bobcats at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, tough matchup, fucking bitches. Anyways, I got a good quote, John. Here's Biff Poggi going at it again. I have a Labrador Retriever who could coach you regarding Bryce Underwood, right? So this is so Biff Poggi is not taking credit for Bryce Underwood's game. He goes, I have a Labrador Retriever who could coach that guy. He's unbelievable. Epic.
I love he gives so many great quotes, like the Batman thing. It's like I enjoy that.
And for those who don't know about Biff Poggi, I'm sure a lot of you know. So he used to run a hedge fund. He is a self-made multi-millionaire, and he decided to step away from business and coach high school football at St. Francis. And then he literally worked his way back into the college game. Jim Harbaugh brought him in, and special, unique guy, smart as fuck. He's a meat and potatoes guy. And I really would love to have a beer with him and Wink Martindale. I think that'd be an amazing fucking time.
Absolutely. We have a 20 burger here from K Will, which brings us to 59 to go. So we have about 5 minutes to go, 59 to go. Who's going to be the one to bring us over the top? Is it going to happen? Who's going to be the one who's going to get the credit? We'll see.
And we do have Dom. We will get to Dom.
We will get to Dom.
Yep. As it stands.
Yep. He'll be our last caller. K Will with the 20. You can't play scared when the other team is aggressive. But the most surprising thing is that Michigan got out Michigan with clock usage. Yeah. Venables, and we can't forget that Venables has been doing this for multiple decades, and he's very good at what he does, and he has a very physical approach to line play, to defense play. And like I said, like, you got to give the kudos to him. He won 3 titles as a DC for a reason. So thank you, K Will, for that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say he's a great defensive coach. I mean, no one should be surprised by this. That's what he does. You know, he just needs an offensive coordinator. Looks like he might have one.
For sure. Let's go with our probably going to be our last caller here. We got Dom in the house. Hey, Dom, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Feel
Good,
a lot
Dom.
better now.
Oh, well, enjoy it, because I don't know what everybody watched today, but that was Central Michigan. Let me remind everyone.
Yes.
Central Michigan. And the offensive line play is pathetic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Why do you say pathetic? I'm interested.
One, it's Central Michigan.
Agree.
And number 55.
Crippen?
Afobe?
Afobe?
Afobe.
Yeah, Afobe's 55, yeah.
Okay.
Well, a lot of lookout blocks by that guy. You know, and then, we're going to bring El Hadi back. We're going to bring Norton back next week. I talked to John on Tuesday. By the way, TJ, are you feeling better? Feeling better?
I'm better. We're here, man.
Good. You better watch yourself, man. I mean, John held it down. You might be getting yourself a pink slip if you keep calling.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll let John run the show. I'm good with it.
Look, for Bryce Underwood to be required to run the ball for over 100 yards against Central Michigan, look, here's my take once and for all, okay? This dual threat quarterback thing,
okay,
it doesn't apply to Bryce. Bryce is a unique talent. He could throw the ball anywhere on the field, from anywhere on the field, with absolute accuracy, okay? To take him and put him in a shoebox with the Steve Youngs, Michael Vicks, other dual action quarterbacks who had really short-lived NFL careers, in order to facilitate a coach's career at Michigan, due to the incompetence to properly plan to have offensive linemen here to protect the guy. I think they were banking on Babaloa being a backup. When he went down, that hurt. And I like Justice Hayes. Did we need him? No. I think we'd have been just fine with Marshall, and they could have took that money in the NIL and got linemen, TJ, which we really need.
Why not both? Why not both, Don?
What I'm saying is, Bryce running for 100 against Central Michigan, lowering his shoulder against guys. It's college. You know, you could do that in high school. You can't do that in the NFL because everybody's quick, everybody's strong. There's no incompetence in the NFL on any team. They're all professionals. And that's why the other people that I mentioned, that are put into that shoebox didn't have long careers in the NFL because it's tuck it and run. Let's run. Got him hurt.
Yes.
Got him hurt. And you know what? Lamar Jackson at Baltimore, the past 4 seasons, have you not seen the progression of him as an NFL quarterback? Instead, he still runs, he's still quick, but damn it, he could read, man. He checks down and he'll make plays happen without tucking it and running. And Bryce could be just like that, but he's not like that because the coaching staff, since December of last year, they haven't done it. And my fear is, and I'm hot, okay, because the NFL, you know what, if people in the chat, you guys could call it what you will, but let's be honest here. The NFL could really use an African-American quarterback that has the presence of a Manning or a Brady, somebody that is a flagship face of the league as quarterback, that's an African-American that's never been to that degree. You guys know full well what I'm talking about. It's the elephant in the room.
Patrick Mahomes
wants to talk about.
Patrick Mahomes?
Mahomes, sure. But TJ, I mean, that's just of late. I'm talking historically. Okay. Historically. Look, the kid, yeah, you could run. They ran JJ. It was planned. Okay. You're going to see next week, due to our offensive line, Bryce running, he's going to be running for his life. And I don't want to see him get hurt. And you know what, guys? It's $10 million plus for the athlete. And I don't think he needs to be a dual threat. I just think that due to an incompetent offensive line, piss poor play calling, poor play design.
You thought today was poor play calling?
Why are we running out of this spread? I mean, look, you guys could say, that old school run the ball football Michigan does. I don't know, guys. From 21 through 23, what did we lose? 3 games. We won 3 Big Ten titles and a natty, doing that old, boring Michigan football that nobody likes. We want to spread and be vibrant. We want to be the Dallas Cowboys of the 70s. You know what I mean? Come on.
All right, well, let me just say, all right, two things. All right, first of all, let me just say this. Anyone who's critical of Dom is simply a Michigan fan who's hard on his team. I'm hard on my team. He has his position on it, so we'll get on that. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to K-Will because he's literally carried us to a third hour. K-Will, we will give you your credit here. Once we'll talk with Dom here. But Dom, let me ask you this and honest. I want you to be very honest with me because I hear you. But do you think we have the offensive line to be that power off? We don't.
And that's my point, TJ.
Yeah.
That's my point. Sure, Justice Haynes is a great back.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah.
Did we absolutely need him? No. We could have got by with Jordan Marshall, Bell, Kaipana. We could have got by with those guys. Would you much rather now have 3 offensive linemen? If you could trade for 3 quality, experienced offensive linemen for Justice Haynes, would you make that trade?
Well, to be honest,
right now,
I don't think you couldn't get 3 for the price of Justice. So from my understanding,
I'm just picking a number.
Yeah, I know. Michigan just was not willing to. Well, here's another issue too. So we ran into another issue. It wasn't even just money. So with the winter portal, because Michigan starts its semester early in January, they couldn't get the kids in academically in time. Like the 2 Notre Dame transfers who Michigan was talking to, Rocco Spindler and the other one, because Michigan could not, if Michigan was unable to get them in for the winter semester and they would have missed spring fucking ball, they wouldn't be able to join the team until June. This was a problem because Michigan does not have an academic exemption like Nebraska has. Nebraska got one of the, I think it might have been Spindler or it could have been the other one. Long story short, that eliminated us. Yes, I would like to see Michigan. I would have liked to see Michigan invest in the offensive line, but I agree with you, Dom. I think they were definitely holding out on Babaloa, and unfortunately, that didn't work out.
But Haywood played good today. Haywood didn't play bad. He needs to get more playing time.
Garnera played good.
Yes, but as a whole, the struggle and
it's true.
Look, I like Coach Moore. They said on Big Ten Network, him and his wife just had a baby a couple weeks ago.
What?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, why didn't any of us know that?
Him and his wife just had a baby a couple weeks
I knew about JJ just had his baby, but JJ and Katya, but that's
what they
congrats.
said. That's what
All
they
right.
said on Big Ten Network. Go and confirm that. But if that's the case, that really explains a lot about Moore, because there's been no rest at work and no peace at home with a brand new baby. So, just as a human, maybe he's struggling with that. But I love Coach Moore. It pains me to see people saying the horrible things they're saying about him when he's won really big games.
He has won really big games.
Under pressure, John.
My only issue is that I think we've got to run the offense based on the personnel that we have, right? I understand the impulse, like, hey, let's go buy more linemen. And by the way, we're all calling for that. Like, everybody's been calling for more for an alpha wide receiver and O lineman for a year, right? Here's the thing: we don't have the 2022, 21, or 23 O line, or otherwise, I'd be on your train, Dom. Yeah. If we had the personnel to do it, smash all the way. That's all right. That's been our identity for years, and I'm with you there. The reality is, we went out and invested in a quarterback that can actually throw the ball at a JJ McCarthy second year level at 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, and because of the personnel that we do have, then I think you run the Chip Lindsey offense, which does have spread, but it also has 12 personnel. It has a combination of those things. It always has. So I think I push back a little bit on the, hey, let's bring it back to full on smash, only because, as you've said yourself, the personnel is maybe not there to do that.
And that's a valid point. And all of us knew last year the line was bad. Okay. We knew all last year. Last year, this time, week 3, we knew our offensive line sucked. They knew they could have done something about it, but they chose not to, and they banked on Babaloa. And maybe they banked on Haywood getting up to speed a little sooner. But Norton's not the answer. Crippen's not the answer. El Hadi coming back banged up isn't the answer. Going down in Nebraska is not going to be an easy environment to play in. Last time we were there, we had a really good game when we were there last time. And, teams like Oklahoma, these teams, they don't only want to beat Michigan, but they want to beat Michigan being more physical. And that's my point today. Everybody's so happy. Central Michigan, no matter what, could never match physical talent, strength of Michigan. And it's Central Michigan, for crying out loud. Let's see what happens next week. All I'm saying is They knew, they did nothing, okay? And now let's run Bryce. Let's open it up, okay? So we could keep the fans off our back and keep, Larry Ellison's wife from making that phone call we don't want her to make, okay? And, let's run Bryce. And you know what, guys? Remember this, because if he gets busted up, not only are we going to lose a quarterback, we're going to lose more. Somebody will get fired of a substantial level if Bryce gets hurt because of an ineffective offensive line and maybe not piss poor, but lack of cohesion in terms of play calling, which was better today. It was. I'll give you guys that. But again, Central Michigan. Let's see next week. And I just hope that Bryce makes it through the season. Somehow we beat Ohio State. That's all that matters. I see 4 losses for this team. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm worried about the Ohio State game. I wasn't worried about it last year. I'm worried about it this year. And it's in Ann Arbor.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. That's why I said our style of play. I mentioned earlier, we will see how this team evolves from this point forward to November. But I agree with you. The way we are playing ball right now is not how we beat Ohio State.
No,
It's a different style of play. We will see what that means.
That means we're playing right into their edge, right into their linebackers, and right into their cornerbacks, which is the strength of Ohio State's defense. Let's face it, guys, that's not a national championship team. We're going to be fortunate if we make the playoffs. And if we make the playoffs, it's like, who cares? I mean, I grew up a Steeler fan. I don't want to go to the playoffs if we're going to lose. I want to go win the Super Bowl.
I'm not there. I mean, I'd love to make the
Steeler
playoffs.
fan. That has been the latest trend of the Steelers. That's
we've had our down years, that's for sure.
I'll say this: the November game's interesting. Let's see, because like the thing about Ohio State too is their quarterback situation. I mean, we'll see. It's a little early. We'll see. Let's see how the team develops. But I agree with you, Dom. I listen. The same thought was in my mind. We don't play the style of ball that beat them the last 3 years or 4 years. So
we're getting physically manhandled.
And you know what? That's due to Michigan unfortunately not evolving quick enough and being a little behind in some of the talent pool on the trenches. That's starting to change though.
Yeah, we do. We have good people. We have good people coming in.
Yeah, we do.
We got a lot of good people coming in, and the people that are coming in are more of a Coach Moore Harbaugh style of ball.
The youth that's coming to this program is nuts. I mean, the window really is, and I know people don't want to hear this, and I don't either, but it's really the next 2 years. It's not this year. It's not. But no excuse though. No excuse.
Well, Dean here in the chat said we got handled by Central Michigan. No, we didn't get handled by Central Michigan, Dean. What I'm saying is it shouldn't have been necessary for Bryce to run the ball for 100 yards today. Be honest. If that shouldn't have happened today, it wasn't needed, and it's needed because of the offensive line. I keep beating that drum. And listen, guys, he gets hurt. I'm going to be really sad because.
Do you think there's something to be said for building confidence, though? Like after what happened last week, to have a game like this, to know that you can do it, to know that you can execute 100 yards of rushing, because we're going to face opponents a lot tougher than CMU, obviously, coming up here next week. So now they have they're going to be going into Nebraska with the confidence to know that they can do it.
I agree.
Right?
And that's like the Northwestern game last year.
Perfect example. Exactly.
So what happens when Moore comes back? Are we going to get animosity? Are we going to, hey, I want to be in a Chipoji boat. Oh, I want to be in a Moore boat. What's going to happen? This is really bothersome to me. Guys belly aching on the sidelines last week. This is not the Michigan football that I followed for 50 years. It's not. This is Rich Rodriguez ball.
Well,
ouch.
It's Rich Rodriguez ball.
But Dom, you don't think we should evolve a little bit? You don't think we should? Let me ask you this, Dom. Have you watched you watched the Detroit Lions, right? You don't think that power spreads an offense that would translate?
All I know throughout my life,
he's trying to build a power spread.
All I know throughout my life, every time we have these high-powered spread circus offenses, it's amazing. Defenses always seem to win out. And when you get down to it, gentlemen, football is a really, really simple game. Yeah, it's a simple game. You got 4 plays to get 10 yards. That's it. And if you average 3.5 yards a carry, you're getting a first down, you're moving the sticks, and you're taking 120 seconds off of the clock. And Michigan football to me is putting together 15-play, 20-yard play drives and sucking a whole quarter off the clock while the whole high-powered offense is sitting on the sideline getting cold. And then when they come in, they got to catch the scoreboard, and I'm letting my dogs loose. That's Michigan football. This, I just, again, I don't want to see Bryce get injured. Yeah, he's a dual threat. He could be a dual threat, but he doesn't need to be a dual threat because he can be a prolific pocket passer because of his intellect, his intuition, and he could throw the ball anywhere with accuracy. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's like you don't want to take a Ferrari four-wheeling now, do you? And that's what we're doing with Bryce.
I think Bryce should be a dual threat. I think by Bryce being a dual threat, it makes us dangerous, but I do wish our offensive line was better. So that I agree with fully.
I appreciate the time. I'm just
All right,
look. I'm old school.
You are. It's okay.
I love you guys. I love the channel. If I pissed
you
anybody
do.
off in the chat,
Nah.
I'm sorry about that. But
You're
Don't
being
worry.
My
real. You're
concern-
giving your takes.
the root of this, my concern is November 29th. That's the only thing I care about. And what I've seen the past 3 weeks, it ain't good enough for 11/29. That's my real concern.
I think it's early though. I hear you, because I've also had the same thought that like this offensive style and this defensive style, it's not what we won with. But I also think the team is still finding itself. Obviously, I mean, look at like for example, let me read this. I want to read the oh shit, where is it? Fuck, hold on. For example, Biff Poggi reveals the offense is going to be more open for Bryce going forward. So listen to this quote. He goes, "It's an explosive offense. It's designed to be explosive offense and an up-tempo offense. You don't know where the football is going to come from. You can get reverses. You can get different kinds of short throws, long runs, and a multitude of runs from gap schemes to zones. Inside, outside zone. There's a robust screen game, which you didn't really see today. So it's really hard. That's so Chip Lindsey, by the way. So it's really hard to stop.
Yeah.
I understand what the next question is going to be. We thought at Oklahoma we would take the air out of the ball, but because they are going air raid offense, we are not taking the air out of the ball ever again. Not with this guy taking snaps. Okay, but the point being is, with this type of quarterback, they're going to try and utilize him. You know, I think it's good. Dom, I agree. I wish the offensive line was stronger. It's not. That's a problem. And is it going to have an effect against Ohio State? Let's let the team find itself. I'm still not sold on Ohio State. They look good, but I mean, and they won their game against Texas, but I mean, I don't watch them and think they're unbeatable. You know?
Yeah. Moose is basically saying what I did. Like, this was a confidence builder game to know you can execute. And I do think you're going to see runs next week. You're going to see, because remember, it's not that Michigan isn't running 12, 13 personnel anymore. We're still running bunch formations, goal line, all of that stuff. That it's just that now we're sprinkling in more ways for the defense to have to think about it.
All right,
now defenses are going to have to think more and factor more things in than they did.
Let me ask this. Let's say we lose to Ohio State, but we make the playoffs. Are you pissed?
Oh, absolutely. I won't. I don't want to be involved. I really don't. It postseason accolades doesn't matter if you don't beat your number one rival. Ask Ohio State that. And Darius Lowe here in the comments, he said something about, where's it? He said something here. We can't keep running that power ball system, man. Well, again, just 2 years ago, 3 Big Ten titles, a national title, 3 losses. So that's what that ancient football can do for you. Again, it's a simple game, very simple. If they got a high-powered offense, they ain't scoring if they're on the sideline. Well, how can they not score if they're on the sidelines? By controlling the game by running long series of plays, 15 plays, and taking time off the clock to keep their weapon off the field. It's so simple, but everybody wants this, 5 wide flying 3-wing circus, which I don't know. When's the last team won a Super Bowl with that?
Won a Super Bowl with like a high powered offense that's not a power. Would you argue the Chiefs? But I hear you, Dom. I hear you. I mean, listen, here's the problem, Dom. We don't got the
linemen, for Christ's sakes. It's pathetic. Those guys are built like watermelons. They're like watermelons.
Dom, you know what's funny is someone brought to my attention. They're like, I don't know who it was. So shout out to whoever it was. I forget. I'm sorry. They said if Ben Herbert was here, those linemen wouldn't look like that. Was it you?
I said it on Tuesday with John. I said, yeah. Okay. And that's it.
I think I might agree.
Herbert, the loss of Ben Herbert is a legitimate point. Like that's impacted things. There's no doubt.
And John, you said it. You're going to talk to your position coach and your head coordinator, and maybe Sharon Moore, but you're going to talk to your strength and conditioning coach every day.
Every day.
every day. And TJ, you weren't here. I'm not going to get into that long spiel, John, but Michigan State's strength and conditioning coach, when D'Antonio was there, Kenny Manning, he was hired by Nick Saban. Kenny Manning was my high school football coach. And you could let down your position coach, whatever, in practice, but if you let down your strength and conditioning coach, not only are you letting him down, you're letting yourself down. And those guys are not built physically or mentally like Michigan linemen. They're watermelons.
Interesting.
A lot of injuries. Jordan Marshall dinged up today. Who else got dinged up? A lot of injuries. That's telling me poor condition, plus too much physicality in the fall camp, and especially leading into that Oklahoma game.
Something to monitor, Dom. I'll take it. But all right, brother. Appreciate you calling in. Hey, listen, don't ever shy away, Dom. Give your honest takes. We appreciate it, man.
I love you guys. Thanks for having me. And again, I just want to see Bryce.
Of course.
I just don't want to see him get ruined by stupidity. You know, I just don't want to see him get ruined by that. Kid's phenomenal talent. I mean, it's like right there with the ball. It's like if we only had a line.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see, Dom. We'll see, buddy. But appreciate you, Dom. Go blue, man.
Go blue.
Go blue, Dom. All right.
Interesting takes, I'll say.
I know.
I don't agree with not dual threat. I don't agree with that. But I do agree with him on the offensive line. It's not where it's been. We all know that, though. Defensive line's not where it's been. We all know that, though. And that is a concern, especially when it comes to November. But I'm also of the position, let's see if this team can find itself. Let's see if this team can grow. Let's see if this offensive line can gel and build some chemistry. I don't listen. The only game on our schedule where I feel like it's a real problem. Now, it doesn't mean there won't be a problem like against USC or Washington or somebody, right? But it is the Ohio State game, because I do agree with Dom that that's how we beat them. And Garrison will tell you the same thing. Many Buckeyes will actually acknowledge that we beat them in the trenches. That is how we've won. And Ryan Day last year, we all know this. They tried to outplay us in the trenches, and they couldn't. They couldn't. And we tried to do that against Oklahoma. How'd it go? So it's something to be aware. Ben Baller, call back, brother. You're next. And I was actually looking forward to your phone call. But
yeah, Ben Baller, where'd you go?
Yeah, I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, I think it's too early to be concerned with that. I think we let the team play. Let's let it find itself. They'll figure it out.
For sure. I do want to announce we are just 8 subscribers away from 12,000. How can we get 8 more subscribers? And there's a lot of benefit to being a subscriber, right? First of all, it's free. Second of all, you get notified when we're putting out content. And then you hit the bell and you get those notifications. So definitely consider that. So go blue, and then we got Ben Baller, who will be next because he was waiting. And Go Blue says, why can't we move on from Samaj at punt return? There has to be another option. Micah Kopina, he is injured, just so you know. So it wouldn't be him right now, but maybe look, Samaj, I think it's tough because who's the option? They're probably not going to run a lot of running backs in that position. So I think it's going to be more a wide receiver type in that position. All right, let's go to J.R. Morris. Haywood looked like a stud. Where is his progression at? We don't have the right 5 up front yet on O-line. The D is very concerning. And I will say, I'd like to see more from Frazier, and I'd like to see more from Jake Garnera. I think both of them, and Haywood, I mean, all of them performed, I think, better than some of the starters at times. So let's see what the rest of the season unfolds. I mean, same thing happened last year where we didn't have the right guys in the first game. People started emerging. They made changes, beat Ohio State. So I do agree the D-line needs work too. And Derek Moore had trouble wrapping up at times today. TJ Guy wasn't playing. It's tough. I would like to see maybe a Jayshon Barham at an edge roll would be really cool. Just to see it for a play. Wink used to do that with Mason Graham, remember? He used to put He had concepts for Mason Graham would come out from the outside. So it's not impossible. It's been done. Anyway, let's keep rocking here. Let's see. K Will with the 55 burger. This got us to 3 hours. Let's fucking go, guys. We got more ish to say. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And thank you for getting us that 3rd hour, brought to you by K Will. B Pierce Sports says, please let them do what needed to win. Thank you. We need that. We need them to play to the personnel that they have. Like to go back to smash fully. No, it's spread and smash. It's spread and smash. We need to play
right.
personnel.
Look, John, you know what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan is trying to achieve an offense that not only can beat you in the trenches, we just don't have the guys, with a spread offense. I'm going to tell you right now, the vision will be met. It's just not this year. Like, the vision for this offense, this dominant trench play with this dynamic spread offense, it's probably going to be years 2 and 3. It's not going to be year 1 of Bryce. It's just unfortunately, Michigan was late to the NIL party, but fortunately, they made it to the party and they're fucking buying who they need. You know, they're getting the guys they need, right? And you know, yeah, they are buying talent, but so is everyone else. So get off my shit, Ohio State. I know you're watching. But we know, trust me, we know you're watching. We know we get reaction videos. But it's all love. But like, end of the day, I think me personally, and you know, I would never bullshit you. I think Michigan's doing what they need to do. I'm happy with the direction of the program. I just need to see them execute and not. And then what makes me unhappy? What I saw last week against Oklahoma, where the coaching staff hurt the team with the game plan. That makes me unhappy. But everything else, like, I fully understand the vision. I mean, I feel like I feel I understand the vision, and they'll figure it out. I mean, listen, the money. Listen, Michigan has been promised a lot of money for the acquisition of talent annually. They're going to figure it out. They're going to get the talent here, boys. Just patience and let's watch them build it, you know?
Okay, K Will has a couple of responses to Dom. So it may be CMU, but it's more how you play and not who you play when it comes to weeks like this. I saw mistakes, but I saw assignment-based football. And I will also say, K Will, this is the best we've played against a cupcake since, God, it's been years, right? Because remember when we played against, like, what was it, Arkansas State last year? Like, it didn't look like this.
Right. Well, guys, we won 63-3. Like, what the, like, how can we be unhappy with this? You know me.
I'm thrilled. I think it's
I'm
great.
critically honest. I am critically honest of my team.
Mm-hmm.
I call shit like I see it. I am like Juju was like B+, and we got Dom here who's like, oh, you know, the offensive line play is not good. And I'll be honest, boys. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I am absolutely thrilled with this victory. I thought the team did what it needed to do, and the only concern I have, I shared it with you, is defensive line pressure. That's it. And Zavada, but I'm not even gonna count that. Zavada, I trust Zavada. Zavada has my trust. I 100% trust Zavada.
Me too.
I was about to say some crazy shit, but I'm not gonna say it. But like,
yeah,
Zavada has my trust.
got this.
I was gonna say if my life depended on it, and it was a 50-yard field goal, I would fucking say, and they're like, you got to pick if he's gonna make it or he's gonna miss it. I would say make it. And I'm not just saying that as a Michigan fan. I trust the kid. I think he's a good kicker. So hopefully I'm not in that position. That'd be a fucked up situation. But long story short, it's just defensive line pressure. Everything else, I'm feeling good about the direction of. Offensive line obviously needs to be better. Go on.
For sure. K Will says Dom was on one. Yeah, I mean, he's old school. He likes smash football, and I sympathize. I love it. But you just have to play to the personnel strengths that we have. K Will also responds to Dom by saying Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen shouldn't run because they're good pocket passers.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I think it's listen. I really do appreciate and respect Dom,
I do too.
but this new era of football, when you have a quarterback with these type of capabilities, you got to utilize them. You do not make him a pocket passer. You allow him to make a defense vulnerable by executing both strengths. And both strengths are his passing ability and his running ability, because it makes a defense very uncomfortable. They don't know. And even if they think they have a great coverage scheme, the running ability of Bryce could destroy it, right? And you have to utilize that shit.
Time to take it to Nebraska and their shit-talking coach.
Yeah.
Facts.
We need to stop Nebraska. We really do. And I hope the fan base.
He talked
feels
about
good
the
about
sign
it.
stealing. Like, no. Boot to ass.
You know what's funny is I'm going to go on Minnie's show on Monday. And
oh, cool.
I know we have our show, which we should probably tell everybody. Michigan Wolverines Live is going to be Monday. Right, John? Is that correct? Is that this week?
Monday at 8. Yep. Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Good memory jog there. Yes.
Yeah,
due to my fun business travel, we're going to be Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern for this week only. And then we're going back to Tuesdays.
Yeah, Minnie reached out. I'm going to do after our show. I'm going to hop on her show. But yeah, I hope Michigan takes it out on them. I really do.
Not to start any shit, but what was up with TJ Guy? I saw him get dinged a little in the OU game, but
no, it's a fair listen, guys. Listen. I know we love this team, and I know we love the players of this team, and I know it is okay to ask questions. It is okay to say, "Hey, where's Rayshon Benny?" Well, TJ Guy was injured today, though, so that doesn't count. I'm pretty sure he was injured today. Is that correct, John?
TJ, yeah, he didn't play, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, so that's you're not starting shit. But like, where was the rest of the pressure? Where was the rest of the defensive line? It's fair. It's okay. It is okay to question. It is. Listen, what we will not do is we will not drag a player. Although, Elijah kind of drags our wide receivers a little bit, but we respectfully we will do our best to be respectful, obviously. But at the end of the day, like, boys, let's just call it what it is. This is semi-pro football. It really is, and it's okay to. We are fans of this program. It's okay to say, "Hey, where was Rayshon Benny?" Or, "Hey, where was the pass rusher?" The offensive line needs to be better, because it does. It does, because we all want what they want. Just so you know this, as fans, you want the same thing the players want. They want to win natties and Big Ten champion. The players are. Let me just also, and I'm sure a lot of you already know what I'm going to say. The players are hard. The players and their parents are harder on them, on their own kids and themselves than we are. I promise you. I'm sure there are a couple kids where they're completely fluffed and their parents make them feel like they're God. But a lot of these players, their parents are very hard on them, and these kids are very hard on themselves. And us being hard, even though it's public, it's okay. Like, I know it's like some people have thought it's taboo. They're student athletes, but at the end of the day, like, they're big boys, and they know.
And we have one more from K. Will. So Marshall said Nebraska wears red, and we don't like that. For show, take Nebraska's head off their effing shoulders. For Pete's sake, right. Jim Harbaugh ran in the 80s. It's true.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, take it personally. That's the way.
All right. We are up to date. And I'll leave you to take. I have to run for 3 minutes. But I will be right back. So feel.
All right. When we get Bim, I'm gonna bring Ben Baller up here because he's next. But
all right, Ben Baller.
What up, brother? How we doing, man?
Hey, man. What's up? What is Dom talking about, bro? Like, what is he talking about? He wants to put this guy in bubble wrap or something. Like, look, bro. He's gonna, bro. Like, do you want to win games? Do you want to win them, or do you want to put this guy in bubble wrap so he doesn't get hurt? I don't get the mindset at all.
Yeah, I think Dom's used to a style of play, and I also think Dom, and here's where I will agree our style of play we're playing with now, it isn't proven to be able to beat the losers down south, right? So that's fair. I think that's a fair point. It doesn't mean it's accurate though. But I also think Dom needs to understand, like, all right, here, Ben, and I wish I would have said this to Dom. I wish I would have said this. I just thought of it. Sure, the style of play we're playing with is not the style of play we've won the last 4 years with. But we also didn't have a quarterback like this the last 4 years either. And to have a quarterback like this, you need to utilize him.
I would have just told Dom this, right? In 2023, how many games were we frustrated with the offense? Honestly, we had a generational defense. If we had any other defense that year and had the offense we had that year, we're losing. I hate to tell you, we're losing some of those games. That defense was just generationally great. The national championship game, after the first quarter and a half, that offense was atrocious. It was terrible. It was awful. The defense is what allowed that lead to maintain itself. I could bring up game after game in 2023 where people complained about the offense. So I don't get it, bro. To me, it was a combination of things. We had a good running game, but it was really the defense those years to me anyways. Look, man, you can't put this guy in bubble wrap. And I got another complaint, man. Do they know what offensive linemen are the best at this point? We had the same thing last year. I don't think they really know who the best offense. It looks like that. You put guys out there and they start playing better than the guys they thought were the better ones.
Brady Norton was injured. El Hadi was injured. And I here's where I agree with Dom. I think Michigan really did. I think Michigan really did think Babaloa was going to be the solution at left tackle. I really do think that. But yeah, I mean, they got to find themselves. Offensive line's got to find themselves. It's got to be better.
I thought they played great today, personally.
Yeah, no. I know today was good. Today was good. But we got to also, and I hope no one is like, well, why can't we just celebrate today? We can. But boys, we all know there's far greater battles ahead, right? And the offensive line's just got to get a little better. They got to find themselves. They got to find the right five. And the key really is protect Bryce and create lanes. Do that, and they'll be okay. I
don't trust our offensive line coach right now, bro, because I just don't know if they really have the best five guys out there. I really don't know, because I look at today, right, and the two starting guards that we had aren't out there, and I feel like I know it's Central Michigan, don't get me wrong, but week one, now New Mexico looks better than a lot of people thought, but week one, I thought that they didn't play as good as these guys played today. I thought the guys that played for El Hadi and Norton played way better than El Hadi and Norton have been playing. I don't even think it's close, honestly.
Yeah, I do think Garnera played well today.
No, go ahead, John. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so Garnera, Frazier, I liked what I saw from the bits that I saw from them, even when Ty Haywood got in. So to your point, this happened last year where we had maybe not the right people. Jadis, like, for example, at center. So, they're figuring it out as they go.
Look at where they had Link. They had Link on the right side, right? And then it turns out he should have been on the left side last year. I honestly think this is me. I'm looking at a high-profile offensive line coach in the offseason. You can't continue with this, bro. You can't continue with not knowing who your guys are, and then during the season you're shuffling. And because a big part of the offensive line is cohesion. You need to know what you're looking at, bro. You need to know what you're looking at. Have those five guys ready to go and have them get in their cohesion together. So that's just my opinion with that. And by the way, if Sharon Bourne come back and we start playing that scary football again, he need to get up on out of here, bro. Now I think Biff Poggi almost took a shot at him today. I'm not saying he did, but that one quote was kind of, hey, he was basically saying, hey, we ain't doing that again.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's the message from him. Did y'all see what Biff Poggi's driving, by the way? So again, I want to stress this. For those who do not know Biff Poggi's story, it is amazing. He was a former hedge fund manager, self-made multi-millionaire. He is a boss. He stepped away from that shit because he loves football. This is what our interim head coach was driving today. I want to share that with everybody. Let me pull it up on screen. Why is it not going on screen? Remove. Hey,
real quick, while you're pulling that up, when did Haywood get in the game? I need to go back and look.
I got to remove the. There it is. The fuck! Look at this bitch.
Oh yeah, he's a pimp.
Hey, tell me that ain't clean as fuck. That's what our interim head coach was.
Hey man, I'm surprised he didn't come out in a fur coat, bro.
Fuck, dude, what a dog, bro. Respect.
No, did he not have better game management than Sharon today? I know I'm talking crazy right now, but I'm not even playing.
All right, and let me just say this though: did Biff do a great job as a head coach and a manager? Yes. Did Chip Lindsey look more free and in rhythm? Yes. But let's also, this is where I will agree with those who push back today. It is Central Michigan. Right here. I know. I hear, brother. I hear you. Yes, it is Central Michigan. So let's just, this isn't Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a potential playoff team, right? So, I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's like,
bro, you cannot tell me. Here's the thing: you cannot tell me that the way Bryce Underwood was playing, it looked like they told him during this week, "Hey, bro, we're sorry. Do what you got to do. If you feel like you got a lane to run, run." That's what it looked like. It looked like to me today was confirmation that they were telling him, "Hey, don't run the ball if there's grass. Don't run it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the first 2 weeks Michigan said we don't want you to run, and then I think because of the way Oklahoma game went, I think Sharon may have been like, you know what, let's utilize this kid, and I think they committed to it, and I think that's what we saw today. Is what I think, and it was executed well.
The kid's a great runner, bro. He's not he's a great runner. He's hard to bring down.
I'd say he's good.
I'm not saying he's Cam Newton or nothing. I'm saying he's.
Well, all right. So great would be Lamar Jackson. Can we just Lamar Jackson's great?
No, that's elite. That's elite.
Okay, you're right. All right, fair enough. That is an elite runner. All right, elite, great. All right, we got elite. We got a great. I would put Bryce Underwood at very good runner. I don't know if I'm putting him at great yet. Let's just wait on that.
You know what it reminds. He's like a Trevor. Like a Trevor. I want to say Trevor Lawrence was this all amazing runner, but that kid could run, and he could. I think he's a little bit better than that. I think he's a one level above that.
I agree. I agree. I think he's better than Trevor Lawrence for sure. I agree.
I mean, it's just, and I hope this is how it goes from now on. And not to take another shot at Dom, but Dom, if you're worried about getting a kid hurt, we're gonna lose 5 games, bro. We're gonna lose 5 games. The kid needs to run. If he has a lane, he needs to run. You know that third down? I'll give you an example. I think it was a third down where he ran it in for a touchdown, spinned around after the guy tried to get him down. If this was the same coaching as the first 2 weeks, he's throwing the ball away or something. He's not even doing that.
Yeah, it was, dude. It like something I think people need to. We should not belittle the confidence that is gained from today's performance on the ground by Bryce. He is gaining confidence, and like you're literally watching a kid grow in front of you. That's like that's one thing I want to stress on this channel. You're watching a young kid literally grow and develop in front of you game by game. You're watching him build his craft skill by skill. And today I felt we were seeing confidence in his run game really develop. And I don't think that's something we should belittle. I think, and to again hit on Dom, it's something that needs to be highlighted in his game because he's capable. And quite honestly, here's the truth too. He will be used that way in the NFL. So he might as well start playing that way now. Now, again, not Lamar Jackson. I see our guy, CJ Mike. Lamar Jackson, yes, you're right. Generational is the correct. You're right. He's not even elite. He's generational. I agree with that statement. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, buddy. I mean, we'll see, man. Let me ask you this. What's your thoughts on Nebraska next week?
So this is my mindset going in here. I don't know because this is where I'm gonna use it is just CMU. I don't know, but I'll tell you this: if we come out there and we whoop up on them, and we look like we did today in terms of moving the ball and stuff, then I'm gonna hop back. Then I'm gonna be like, hey, we might have some here, and especially if here's another thing. I'm looking at the O line. If those two guys come back and we start struggling again, that's gonna tell me a lot too. If El Hadi come back and Norton come back and they start struggling, I'm hoping that I'm hoping they sub them out or something. And then if those guys come in and we start dominating, Bryce is running the ball, then I'm gonna be like, okay, we might be able to do something this year. Because I don't know. I'll give you a perfect example, TJ. At this point here, I don't know. I just saw Clemson lose to Georgia Tech, and everybody was bragging about that Week 1 game with LSU's getting whooped right now, right? Everyone was talking about LSU should be number 1 in the country, and Clemson this, that, and third. You got to let these weeks play out, and then you can kind of find out who these teams are. Next week is going to tell us a lot about Michigan. It's going to tell us a lot about Michigan. It's going to probably tell us most of what we need to know about Michigan, honestly.
I don't know. I felt that way about Oklahoma. I don't know if next week's going to tell us all we need to know. But if we can win that game, I think it will definitely tell us more than we know. I mean, obviously, right? And win or lose, we're going to learn more than, next week's actually going to tell us the reality. All right, here's where I agree with you, Ben. We're going to know the reality of the season next week.
That's what I'm saying.
Are we a Big Ten contender or are we a fucking pretender?
That's what I'm saying. And this is the reason I'm saying that. I feel like next week they're not going to hamstring the offense. They're gonna open up the playbook. They're gonna let Bryce do what he needs to do. And if we lose doing it that way, then that's gonna tell us we ain't there yet, right? But if we win doing it that way and we look good doing it that way, that's gonna tell us that maybe we could do something this year. Hey, your mic's off, man.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that Nebraska is going to be kind of the harbinger to kind of figure out where our season is. You're playing a team that isn't, I would say they're not at the level of OU, but they are a conference opponent. I think they're better than they were under Scott Frost. So, that is going to give us a good indication of where things stand. And I agree with you that the play calling is going to be more like it was today than it was last week. I do agree with you there. Part of that's Sharon's gone, so they really are going to have the whole week to prep, and they're not going to have Sharon. Although I do think Sharon worked on the Nebraska game plan as well before he left. But yeah, that's going to determine is this a playoff team or is this going to be another like last year?
All right, for sure. All right, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Go Blue, man. Hopefully, we whoop up on some corn next week, man.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Ben. Go Blue. All right. Next up, we have. Let's see. We've got a super chat from K Will. So K Will has brought us to $83 to go for 4th hour. So we have about 13 minutes left. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping up then, or if you guys want to put in some more super chats, 83 to go for a 4th hour. Could be a super chat, could be a super sticker, could be a membership, could be a membership gift. Put Bryce in the plastic on the Soul Glow couch from Coming to America.
Yeah, protect Bryce at all costs.
Put him in bubble wrap, I guess. All right, let's go to our next caller. We got JR in the house. JR Morris. JR, go Blue. Love the M logo there. How you doing?
Good, guys. Just wanted to follow up. First time caller here. Some of the things Dom said. I get it. You're old school. I'm 39 years. I've been a Michigan fan. Okay. I grew up in Northeast Ohio. I am a diehard Michigan fan. Have been my whole life. Okay. The game's evolved. We all have to change with it. And you just have to accept it. The defense is what's going to win you championships. The offense is going to be glamour, and it just is what it is. You look at the NFL. It's not what it was 20 years ago. But this offensive line is not the right 5 guys up there. It's no way, shape, or form. It's the right 5 guys in that combination. Okay, I know they were banking on Babaloa, but Haywood, let the guy play. Let somebody else, let's move guys around. You moved Link from right tackle to left tackle. and he's thrived a lot better than he did on the right side last year. Okay, and what is Wink doing with this defensive line?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just the guy has so much experience, and this is what you got. I mean, it's very scary.
Well, I don't think,
go ahead.
well, I don't think we have the horses defensive line wise. I mean, we just don't. I'll be honest with you. One thing that's concerning me, I can understand the confidence in the interior defensive line because Rayshon Benny literally did great as one of the top. He was in the top 10 of Big Ten defensive tackles by PFF, and he was a disruptor. He actually played well last year. But the edges,
Moore looks non-existent. I mean, there's no pressure whatsoever from Moore.
Agree.
Okay,
right.
And
problem.
I think it's time to just move Barnum down there and let's quit. Playing the linebacker. The hybrid game with him. Okay, the Jabril Peppers. A decade ago. Just put the guy where he belongs.
I think we need to put Bowles at, even though I love Cole Sullivan, but Bowles, either Sullivan or Bowles at weak side and put Barham at edge. I think that's the best combination.
It really is at this point in time. You got to put the best 11 people on the field and rotate who you need to rotate. But it's just, I'm going to be a fan. Dom's right. November 29th is the only game that matters on the schedule. Okay. But if you want to get to the playoff, there's a lot of games in between. Okay. I took years, like I said, I grew up in Ohio. It took years of beatings from losing to that goddamn team. Okay. I want to win that game no matter what. That's the game I want to win.
I get it.
It's rough, but it is what it is. We got to figure something out. We can talk about it all we want, but we're not making the calls.
No.
But the offensive line, is very concerning, and so is the defensive line. We need to figure it out.
Yeah, and like what people need to understand is like, listen, the team's good enough to win 8 games, but the fans want more. They want to play off. They want to compete for titles, Big Ten, national. That's why there's the concern. If anyone's wondering what's going on, listen, we won 63-3 today.
Yeah.
And the fan base is concerned about the offensive and defensive line. But that's how the standard has risen at Michigan. We expect elite, or if not elite, competitive ass football. And, we just want to be able to compete for a playoff as well as a Big Ten title. So understand your concern. Jared, let's get your final thoughts here, brother.
I think we'll be fine. Nebraska next week is going to be the first real test as far as conference play. And after that, schedule is what it is until November 29th. That's the one that matters. We've got a great team. We'll be fine. Coaching, they're still learning too. We all are. But, the right people are in the right places. So it's just as far as coaching wise, and the talent's there. It's just putting them in place. Coaching's supposed to put you in the place to win a game. Make you the best. All right, guys. I appreciate the time.
All right, JR. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Thanks, JR.
Have a good one, guys.
Go Blue, buddy.
Go.
All right.
Oh,
good call.
All right. Yeah, I will say one thing worth pointing out is this is the biggest curb stomp of a cupcake opponent since UConn 2022. I had to go that far back to get a win like we saw today.
Right. I just think it's not, I'll be honest, like I hold our team to a high standard. And I expect the team to compete for the playoffs every year. And now people have a standard of, well, you got to beat Ohio State. My standard is compete with Ohio State. That's my standard. And I know people are, you got to beat them. Well, whatever. And then compete for Big Ten title. Compete with Ohio State. Compete for a Big Ten title. And compete for the playoffs. It really make the playoffs, though. I'm more about making it. You got to make that shit. It's 12 top teams in football make it. You better be part of that top 12. That said, I think we need to understand today is a building block as a program. They're finding themselves. It's all new defensive coordinator, new quarterback. Yes, Wink is back, but it's college football. You don't have the same guys. So we'll see. But all right, John, do we got like 6 minutes here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, so we have 6 minutes to go till we end the show. Two more callers.
Which we'll do.
Let's
so we have 2 5-minute calls.
Yep, 2 5-minute calls, and then we'll hop out unless we have $83 more in either super chats, stickers, memberships, or membership gifts. We got Colby up here. Hey, Colby.
Yep. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
I was at the game today, man. I know there was concerns about the offensive line and defensive line, but honestly, they could not have played a much better game today. I thought Bryce looked outstanding. Where the heck was this last week?
Right.
I mean, with that kind of
what
talent,
I've been saying,
like $10.5 million, you can't hold something like that back. I mean, look at the teams in the NFL now. Like, the game is starting to become where you need a quarterback that can run the ball. Like,
right.
I mean, Jared Goff, I love the guy to death. I love him, but he cannot move in the pocket. He can barely. He's like a duck back there when he sees the first sign of pressure. If you watched that game last week against Green Bay, he had nothing.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I'll say this. I think the defensive line could have been better in terms of getting pressure at it. Outside of Barham, Colby, nobody was really getting pressure. And Jair Hill. So outside of Barham, Bowles, and Jair Hill, which are not defensive linemen, that's the only way we're getting pressure today. But I think today, again, is a day where we should appreciate the dominance. We dominated them. We did what we needed to do. Next week, let's see how they handle it. That's where I'm at.
I think you should move Barham to edge because maybe drop more guy into coverage because I don't know what they have. There's no stunts, there's no twist, no spin. All they do is bull rush. They really don't have. Derek Moore got a little bit of pressure today. I saw him with that deflection one play, and he almost got home, but he's not getting home. It seems like the only team he can play well against is Alabama.
Yeah, Derek Moore struggled today to finish wrapping up and just some fundamentals. So, yeah, it's really just Barham's been impressing me consistently, and his presence was missed when he went out. There's no question about it.
I'm a little disappointed in Trey Williams and Damon Payne a little bit. I thought I was expecting a lot more out of them and Rayshon Benny. I mean, all of them.
Is Damon Payne even on the team?
Damon Payne?
What about Rayshon Benny? I mean, they are, but you don't hear them. You don't hear about Rayshon Benny. You don't hear about Damon Payne.
Them. And
no,
I saw Shamari Earls get a little bit of action today, but it's like, where are your seniors? Why are they not as effective as they should be?
Yeah, defensive line, it's something to be aware of. That's just where I'm at with it. It's something we need to monitor. We'll see. Maybe they find their way.
Jimmy Rolder. I'll say Jimmy Rolder had a better game today. He did some good things today.
He knows his assignments, but he's just not skilled enough. He's way too slow, and honestly, I think you need to start putting Cole Sullivan in there. That guy can move.
We've been saying it.
You can see it too. I mean, just being there, you can see it. And one of my buddies was actually calling Travis Russell, who's the assistant quarterback coach, was actually calling the plays on their final 2 touchdown drives. So that was really cool to see.
Well, I'm sorry. Say again, Colby.
One of the kids I grew up with, me and my brother, Travis Russell, is assistant quarterbacks coach at Michigan. He was actually he looked like he was calling the plays on the final 2 touchdown drives that we did today. When Jaden Davis was in, the one where they basically just handed it off a million times.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jaden. It's interesting that Jaden didn't throw even once. I mean, I know his throwing motion isn't great.
Yeah, that was interesting. Why? I don't know why they didn't at least give him a couple shots.
I was looking at it. It's not
1 or 2.
His throwing motion, it's really weird, but it's not as weird as it was last year,
It's still bad, though. It's still
pretty bad,
Colby, give us some final thoughts here, brother.
On to Nebraska, I guess. Let's hope we can get that dub, and Sharon, do not touch this offense.
Facts.
I think a lot of fans feel that way.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, appreciate you, Colby. I'm sure we'll hear from you, if not next week, sometime soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks,
go
Colby.
Blue, Colby.
Yep.
Go Blue. All right. We are on to our last caller of the night. Pen Game's in the house. Pen Game,
What's up,
we had a
buddy?
great chat a couple days ago, and he's back.
You already know I gotta support my guys, man. And TJ's back too. So, and it looks like the Michigan offense is back. Or
Yes.
was it really gone?
Shit, check the tape of Oklahoma. Look dead.
Holler at me, TJ,
that's
man.
cool.
Let me know, man. What you got?
Well, look, man, I think, like I've said, I don't know if you caught anything earlier, Pen Game, but honestly, bro, I just think today's a day where Michigan did what they needed to do. They looked very good. The offense looked effective and strong, and it was very dangerous. My only concerns with this team right now, Pen Game, is the defensive line pressure.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
they're
everything.
still scheming pressure. They still are scheming pressure, which means
Right.
that guys are not being elite and getting through. They're scheming pressure. John, me and you talked about how they had to scheme offensive plays open. Today,
Exactly.
they didn't have to because they had the point guard of the damn offense distributing like a point guard. When he's on the move, I got to count for that guy. And defense, I'll let you take it, TJ. I'm
No, you're right,
with
though.
defense, man.
The only ones who got pressure today were Jair Hill, a corner, Bowles, a linebacker, and Barham, a linebacker.
Yeah.
None of our defensive linemen were getting pressure, bro. Not true pressure, not consistent pressure. So that's a concern. And it's going to be a concern when you play better competition. Guys, this was Central. Same thing happened against New Mexico. We did nothing against Oklahoma.
Whoa, what about New Mexico? I know UCLA is trash, but
they whooped them.
Remember last year when we beat that team, Ohio was like, Fresno State, they sucked. Y'all did. Now they can't say that this year. We struggled in the open. We thought we struggled, but maybe it's because that team was just a little bit better than what people thought. So shout out to New Mexico making our win look better.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Eck, who's probably going to be coaching Wisconsin next year.
And Oklahoma. That's a great fucking call, John. I like that. That's actually
right.
Oh, no, wait, you said coaching who next year?
Wisconsin.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna fire Fickle and
no. All right. Why did I think you said Oklahoma? Wisconsin's. You're right. All right. I'm sorry. My bad. Anyways, yeah, Wisconsin's. That's a great dude.
That's a great fit.
Yeah. No, and then Oklahoma looks like. That's why I was thinking Oklahoma, because Oklahoma looks like a top 12 team. Like for real, they look like a playoff team. So
we got good. We got a good loss and we got a good win so far.
Yeah.
1-1
for the most part. So we'll see there. But I thought what was really good though, Pen Game, is we're seeing Bryce Underwood really grow in front of us, man. Like he looked excellent today. I mean, now a couple of those throws a little too much air, but outside of that, how can you complain about an 18-year-old kid performing like that today?
I think Bryce just gets excited when I don't think he's missing those shots because he's just throwing the ball, on that. I think the kid is getting excited because he's seeing it and he's like, oh, I'm about to get this. And this kid just turned 18. I think the running helps, though. The running helps is with this type of quarterback and this type of system. The running is if we don't run him, we're not going to make a run in the playoffs. We're going to be an 8-4, 9-3 team that's going to be on the outside looking in. When we run this kid, we can steal some games that people think we're going to lose and be a 10-1 or 9-2, and now we're in. So they got to decide what they're going to do here, and they got to decide quick, because that's why I was telling you, John, I would have set out the first two games, and I would have focused on getting ready for this Nebraska as a coach. But maybe, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey's doing his thing. I think this is going to be important for Chip to get the reins unleashed. Chip needs to do what he's been hired to do. If I'm his boss who hired him, I'm feeling damn good about my hire. So Sharon Moore, pat yourself on the back for hiring Chip Lindsey. Now let the man do his job. Let him do his job.
He's a great hire of talent. I mean, he saw Chip out there and he went for the best OC, in my opinion, who was out there. But now let him cook.
Man.
Yeah.
I feel you guys, man. I'm with
I
you
agree.
guys. I'm a little 63-3. I mean, it's a good win, and we needed this for morale and
Oh
confidence
yeah.
going into Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
I'm not downgrading this at all. This is a good win, but
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the mobile quarterback next week is going to have a little bit more protection. He's going to be a little Patrick Mahomes clone out there. So we're gonna have to get to this guy, and we're gonna need to wrap him up because he's a taller, big body. We need to wrap this guy up and drag him down. And I just hope that our front can give us the pressure that we need, so we don't have to scheme. Because when we scheme, Nebraska's gonna be good enough to be like, "Aha, they're coming here. Now we're gonna audible out of this, and now someone's gonna be naked in the damn secondary or through the flat, and we're gonna give up that flat route." If our linebackers are not on point, and then he's going to test our corners. He's going to test our corners, so they're going to need to bring their A game. Their back end of the defense is going to have to step up big time next week.
Yeah, and it's on the road. So here's another thing too is Bryce already got a taste of what it's like to be on the road. It's another on the road game, a fairly hostile environment. Nebraska's no joke. And they sell out. Like, even though that team has been struggling, that stadium sells out all the time. Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's the next test. Michigan did what they needed to do today. And they at 63-3, boys. Appreciate it. At midnight, let's look for more tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's just
That's
where we're
right,
at.
guys. We're gonna
Final
be
thoughts,
back
Pen
at
Gang.
this.
What do you got? What's your final thoughts, brother? Give us some final thoughts here.
Final thoughts. The rhythm is me and John talked about the rhythm. The rhythm is good going into this game. Bryce, if you're gonna dial him back, we need at least 5 or 6 runs out of the minimum. After seeing what we saw, once you get 100 yards in a college game, I don't care who you're playing against. That is not easy to do, man. D1, you get 100 yards. I need to get 50 or 30 or 40 out of you every game, because it's going to set up situational football, which Jim Harbaugh likes. We're in a new, like the guy who spoke before, he's right. We're in a new era, new time in there with these athletes. This is new situational football, guys. Get used to it, adapt, evolve. This is the new situational football for Michigan. We have to use this kid's skill set because it's a flower that's about to bloom into a beautiful product, man. And I'm just so optimistic for his development and that we have this guy for 2 more years. And you guys like and subscribe. Pay attention to TJ and John when they're talking about these recruits, because we need to follow these wide receivers that we're trying to get and these deep defensive linemen, and just stay in tune to the best Michigan voice of college football show. That is my final thoughts. Let these guys get out of here and enjoy their hard working day, man. Go Blue.
Thank you, Pen Gang. And Pen Gang, I want to say
Thanks,
this. I was going to say this before you even said that nice
What's that?
Just appreciate you calling in, bro. You know that, man. I just appreciate you calling in, being a part of it, giving your input, man. Like, I just appreciate it. You know that. But I just want to say this. People are like, well, it's the new era, which it is. So we have to evolve. I really believe with the Babaloas, the Haywoods, the Malachi Lees, Michigan's going to have a very dominant offensive line. It's just they have to get that talent back on that offensive line. And I think, again, that's going to come. It's just not this year. So just for those who love the power, smash mouth football that Sharon definitely wants to run, we don't quite, it appears, maybe I'm wrong, but it appears we don't quite have those horses. But it's coming. It's not that we don't. It's just not here. It's just not developed yet. So I'm telling you, I believe in two. Listen, let's not forget, boys. We got Brady Smeagol. We got Peter Bork after Underwood, and then Donald Tabron, who is
probably coming.
Who's considered to be a 5-star, and he's a 20. Like, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, the window is it's wide open. They're going to build. There will be a that line everyone is seeking. It's coming. That's what I'm trying to say. The offensive line that everybody is seeking, who misses it, it's coming. It's just not here right now. So that's my final thoughts, John.
John, what you got?
Listen, We learned. I think we learned what this team's capable of this week. I think I finally saw the vision of what this could be. Are there issues at the line still? Yes. Do we have the right people in the positions? I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but at least we saw the vision of here's what Bryce can do. And that's what we really didn't know until today. Today we saw what could be. And it's, look, I know people love Smash. I know that. I love Smash. But it's spread and Smash. And the bottom line is you got to spread it out sometimes, especially when the defenses, especially when the defenses are loading the box like Venables did. You got to spread it out because there's no other way.
Oh, and before I go, Andrew Marsh, we missed out on not having him for Oklahoma. Maybe we would have got some more punt. I know he fumbled the first one, but I think he wants it, man. Like when he's out there, even though he's making mistakes or whatever, that guy wants it. And that's like sophomore, junior type stuff as far as the want. There's freshmen out there, freshmen are out there like, I just don't want to mess up. That's why I kind of like them giving him the reins to just go out there. He's making mistakes, but the guy, when I've seen him on the sidelines, the coach come up to him, he's like, man, what you do? And he's looking like, and they're like, hey, man, keep it together. That kid, man, we got our freshmen. Salute, man. Salute to these guys. Keep getting better. Find out what's up with Nate Marshall in these next couple days. Hopefully he's good, and I'm good after that. I'm just worried about Nate Marshall right now, but other than that, I'm good. I'm done.
Well, I didn't see the Nate Marshall injury. What happened? What I miss?
John, if you've seen it, I saw similar to a knee. It was a twist. It got twisted. So it depends on how far that thing twisted if it popped. Hopefully, I've had that happen to my knee plenty of times on slippery ass surfaces on basketball. You can feel it move. Now, hopefully it didn't go all the way. And then he would have heard a pop if it did. And then you're just holding on to it because he grabbed it. So hopefully it kind of just sprang where it'll swell up really big, but he doesn't have any ligament damage. His structure's good. Let's pray for that guy that's what he got. So he'll be out next week because that thing's going to swell up as big as a softball if it's a sprain. So he'll be, I don't know if we're going to have him for next week. Let's pray for the best, man.
All right, brother. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right, Pen Game. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, brother.
Yep, I will be here next time, fellas. Y'all take care.
My man. Stay up, bro.
Can't wait. Go blue.
Go blue.
Pen Game's a good dude, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking thrill. I mean, honestly, man, a lot of you are. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say everybody's a good dude. Everyone's not a good dude, and we all know that, right? But a lot of you are good people, man. I just want to let you know, appreciate you. Appreciate everyone calling in, watching, subscribing, liking.
Yes.
Contributing financially. Obviously, that's critical and very, very appreciated. But it's not everything either. Just watching it, we appreciate. So, my final thoughts, John, even though I kind of already hit on it, great win today. Enjoy it. As a Michigan fan, enjoy this shit, man. I don't know.
You got to enjoy the good moments.
I almost feel bad because, I'm hard on the team. I am hard on this team.
Me too.
I am hard on all my teams. The Lions are stressing me the fuck out right now. But, at the end of the day, today's a good win.
I agree.
Enjoy today. Today, you saw a young quarterback grow and develop in front of your eyes. Enjoy that. You saw a coaching staff begin to identify what they are. Enjoy that. And then listen, let's get ready for next as fans. And I know we're talking as players, let's get ready for next. I mean, I act like a fucking player. I'm not gonna lie. I take my entire life, I take it like an athlete mentality. And what I mean by that is I the small things matter. It's how you get better. I understand what it takes to grow and develop, in terms of skills and not necessarily athletically, but I also mean intellectually or whatever.
Right.
Point being is, let's enjoy today and get ready for next week as fans, because we will be. You already know Tuesday is going to come. It's 4:00. You want to get out of the fucking office. You're thinking about Nebraska. I know it because I go through it too. So let's enjoy this week. I think we had a good day today. I think Michigan is on a good path. We still have more to learn. It's not perfect, but I think there's a lot to be excited about. And we're going to find out this week, John, with Nebraska on the road.
And you did. I think you gave us our show headline for this upcoming one: contender or pretender. I like that.
Ooh, I like it too, John.
That was a good one.
I like it. No, you did it, brother. You did it.
Look, everyone. I think everyone needed this win today.
Yeah.
I think everyone needed this. I think the fans needed this win. The donors needed this win. And yes, the players needed this win.
Bro,
Sharon on his couch, I'm sure was thrilled. Everybody needed this win for their own, just to feel good about being a fan. And I feel amazing about being a fan. And I and to host these shows. It's a privilege, and it's a privilege to be here with all of you. It's a privilege to be here with TJ yourself. It's a privilege to work with Win Agency, who sponsored today and every show that we do this season.
It's true.
And today just was a really great day for the Michigan Wolverines and potentially the prospects to come. And that's what I would say.
I think you nailed it on the yeah. It is a privilege, bro. Me and you are very lucky to be able to host a podcast like this, have so many viewers watch us, and there's a lot of you. We appreciate you. The success of the podcast is insane, by the way. People don't even know. There's so much you guys don't even know because you don't see it. It's behind the scenes analytics. We're very successful, and we're very appreciative of you guys. It's actually insane how successful this show's been. So thank you guys very much. It's exceeded mine and John's expectations. We talk about this all the time, but why not keep talking about it? Because it's just true. But thank you guys so much. And again, enjoy today. I don't care if it's Central, man. It's a good win. Good fucking win. We don't apologize for victories. We do not apologize. Imagine if, John, and this is what I wanted, when you were talking, I had this thought. What if we won 31-14 today?
Yikes.
Bro,
I think my prediction wasn't far off from that.
Bro, we steamrolled them. We did our job. Bryce looked good.
Yeah.
Are we perfect? No, but you know what? That's okay because this is a program on the up. We're trending up. We just got some work to do. That's it.
Boom. Folks, don't forget to follow us, TJ_Ronin and at John Diatomo. We are going to be with you Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I am going to be from the hotel, but I have a free night. That's why I can do the show Monday night. So I'll be at the hotel in Georgia, and we will be bringing you some fresh takes, and hopefully we'll have a Nebraska person come on too. I have to double check on that, but we should have a Nebraska person. TJ, I know you're going to be on with Minnie.
I am going to be on. Yeah, Minnie asked me to join her Monday night, and so we will be. I will be. I wanted to. Dave Portnoy did share the spread. So Michigan opens up as a 3-point favorite against Nebraska. I know some people were asking about that.
Oh wow!
Michigan is a 3-point favorite on the road. Typically, the home team
great.
Typically, the home team gets anywhere from 2.5 to 3 points. So that goes to show you they are favoring Michigan.
And we can't. I love this that we have Double J, aka Jackson Johnson, here with the last super chat of the night, potentially with the two there. Don't forget to tell the cashiers, and Georgia has Publix, so don't forget to tell the cashiers at Publix.
That's what he meant
about voice of college football. So
us Northerners have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, Jackson. We don't have Publix up here, but I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. Shout out to Jackson. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, y'all. We are gonna wrap up tonight with a message from Mark Rogers, voice of college football. To talk about.
Come on. We got 2 more super chats.
Oh snap! Okay.
Hey, come on. Thank you guys for throwing those at the end of the show. We understand. It just, I don't know, man. I'm just appreciative, bro. I'm just appreciative.
Y'all rock.
We have a great community. And Stallions, love the show. That fucking Matt. We got Judge here. All love TJ and John. Guys, I'm letting you know something right now. It matters. It matters. You watching the show matters. You liking the show matters. You letting us know how much you appreciate it matters. You matter. You know, I was also thinking today, I've been drinking, John, so I'm about to be on one right now.
All right, let's go.
Once upon a time, not long ago, TJ was bedridden and couldn't walk. And I used to watch podcasts all fucking day just to get me through that bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
So if anyone is going through health shit, stress shit, life shit, I hope we can be an escape for you. Because I get it. Okay. And I also hope if maybe life's great and you're crushing it, well, I hope we can add to that. That's the goal of the show. End of the day. So
it's true.
Blessing, John, I'm sorry. The other thing is go through the journey of the season with you. Because we're fans like you are. End of the day.
Listen, when I first started doing this stuff, it was like 3 years ago. I was single, and then I lost my job, my last one, and things were not great. But you know what kept me going was hosting Michigan Wolverines Live and Voice of College Football stuff, and then you and I started, and it just, and now here. Whole different scenario in my place with my fiance, who y'all know comes in the chat, and but like this kept me going through some tough times that people don't even realize I went through, but I did. So thank you.
Not to cut you off, John. I'm sorry.
That was it.
I was gonna say there's I guarantee you there's somebody watching us going through some shit. So I just want them to know. I hope we can help you out. That's it.
If we can, that would be amazing. Judge Jordan, because he's no longer just Jordan. He's Judge Jordan now. There's a whole backstory with Menace to Sports and why that's a thing. But $2 here. 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 10, go blue. Thank you for that, Judge Jordan. And Blue Wolverines here. Blue Wolverine, by the way. Blue Wolverine was part of my mic test show that I did the other day because I was trying this out on my other laptop. It kept pausing and kept cutting out, and then I resurrected my other one and I wiped it and I got it good as new, and now it's working great. I think I only had 1 2-second internet drop the whole day. So I'm very happy with that. And Blue was here helping me out. So thank you, Blue, for that. Doreen was here too. Blue with the 5. Hail, go Blue. I think that's a great message to wrap up on.
Well, I'll say this. Ryan goes, TJ's mom's going to say, stop cutting John off. Listen, my mom is on my ass, bro. I literally get reminded like weekly to not cut John off. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, bro.
You are working on it, and I appreciate that.
Bro, like you'll talk. Yeah. Go ahead.
I like to let you go, let you cook too. I mean, I know Chris Drew pointed that out. I'm like, look, sometimes I just like to sit back and let him cook because, like last week, Michigan needed a little cooking. This week, it's celebration time, 63-3.
Yeah. My mom's one of those moms who's like, like some moms, like they love everything their kids do and they constantly talk about. Not my mom. My mom is on my ass about everything, bro. I try and do well. I try.
I feel you. All right, y'all. We're gonna end it. We're gonna say enjoy the rest of the games tonight. We're gonna leave you with Mark Rogers, voice of college football, talking about VOCFB bets. Like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the night of football. And be good to each other. Go Blue, everybody.
Go Blue.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.